And we're live. Welcome back to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Nick. That's Dustin.
What's up, guys?
And this is Josh. We brought over a replacement for
temporary. Temporary. Come on, can't be giving Justin's job away just from one mishap, man.
So
that's a very short number of opportunities you get to fail.
Just once. One and done.
One strike and you're out. Can you imagine how quick baseball would move if that were the case?
Hey, baseball's not a real sport anyways. So with that being said, it is Friday.
Just because you can't do it doesn't mean it's not real.
Like NASCAR.
NASCAR's not real either. NASCAR's not real, but welcome to the Friday night comic book Babble-On.
That's right, special edition.
That's right. So Dustin was going to abandon us yesterday. Justin was abandoning us anyways. So we decided to move it to Friday, hang out with you guys for a little bit, and we invited Josh. So Josh Olive is the owner of Haven Comics here. He is the best local comic shop in the Madison area or Huntsville area. So if you're ever in northern Alabama, come by and say hello.
Yes,
so,
do.
And he also has a YouTube channel, Haven Comics, every Thursday night quiz show. And then he does a bunch of really awesome unboxings throughout the week. You never know when he's going to just pop open thousands of dollars of comics on a random Saturday morning. So,
yeah, and you know, sometimes it just surprisingly turns into a claim fest.
Yeah, it sure did the other day. I just pulling stuff out, like, look at some stuff we got. And people like, mine, claim, mine. I felt like I was watching Finding Nemo there for a minute. Mine.
Well, let's say hello to some people in the chat. What's up, Ruben? What is up, James? James and Dustin have become just the best of friends. Cap and Comics, what's up, boss? Omar, what's going on?
Chris,
what's up? Empire, what's going on, buddy? That's right, 9-2 Crude, that Mountaineer. Let's see who else we got. Got a ton of James. Chris Padilla, should I buy a second print of a number 1 or a number 2 or number 4? I must be missing something.
I think so.
Buy them all.
We're missing some context there, but I think it's
so.
all
What's
good.
up, Alan? What's up, boss?
Alan!
Mars Comics says just subbed you up, Josh. Make sure you're subbed up to Haven Comics.
That's right. Somebody drop a link in the chat.
We'll be like 143 now. Woo! We got
Tootsies. So will you drop a link in the chat for me, please? Glass or Shattered Glass Tootsies. That's what he needs to change his name to. What's up? Burke Family 54 Comics. I was dropping some super chats over there last night.
Driving is definitely a sport. It does require
Toad, man. What's up, Toad?
For sure.
What's up, Toad?
Breed
Mars, what's up?
I did no such thing, man. Hey, look. I wasn't the only one in there doing it.
What up, Austin? What's up?
Austin.
All right. Let's see. Chris, Austin. I think I got everybody, man. So
where's Panda, man? I hadn't seen Panda in a little bit.
Panda. You know, he was on Burke's chat last night, just sitting there opening up some toys, having a grand old time.
He did that last time I was on there. Like
he just sat there the whole time.
And he just cracked the slab right on the screen.
He's just sitting there playing with some toys.
He just does his own thing now.
He just twerked his own slab. Is that what you're saying?
He just be twerking it. Twerk it. Let me work it. Bend down, flip it, and reverse it.
Appreciate that, Tyler. So he has dropped a link for Josh's YouTube channel, Haven Comics.
Thank you, because I can't even see the chat.
If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you'll see mute, stop video, share, and show chat.
There
we go.
That's cool.
Bear with us, guys. We're still kind of learning a little bit on how to use this new Melon streaming. It's.
I know he would like that.
It's getting there.
Gotta learn how to use our melons.
Right.
That's right.
Use your melon.
That's it.
Well, so, I mean, this week was a pretty good comic book week. There was a lot of good stuff. I didn't get to read all of it, but like Noctera, Geiger, Basilisk. I think Basilisk is going to be the next big book. Either of you guys read it?
Man, Cullen Bunn is on fire right now.
I've got it.
He's got so many books coming out. It's crazy. And
Yes.
Basilisk is just one more in the.
I think
the
it's going to be
whole-
bigger than Something's Killing the Children.
A lot
Ooh,
of
yeah.
people, have been saying good things about it. I haven't read it yet. I do have issue number 1, but
What up, Mountain Peak?
I don't even know where it is.
Eli,
right now.
hello, hello.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, it's a good book. It's an interesting book. I mean, Cullen Bunn is like just the comic guy with anything that's got even the faintest little sniff of horror to it. Now, he's got a million different books. In some weeks, he's got 3 or 4 books hitting the shelves the same week.
Yeah, I would actually love to see him and Tynan team up on something. But anyways, like I said, I mean, some big, really awesome. Noctera is really good. Alan, Noctera.
I hate I missed out on Noctera.
Absolutely. But
Pretty sure we still got all the issues at the store.
You probably do. You got a stack. And I'm not a big fan of bunny ears because of the first thing where they knocking out teeth. Couldn't do it. It probably is supposed to be pretty big though. I don't really like The Nice House on the Lake. Just not a fan of that one.
I still want to read that one. I want to get a second print though. I don't want to read that first print now because.
Yep, we're going to talk about that, Tyler. What's
Ryan,
up,
what's up, bro?
What's up, Mark? What up, Steve? So I mean, it was a really, really good week. What's up, Ryan? For comics, we were talking about doing our top picks.
Ryan,
he was like, I don't know what was going to be coming out this week. I'm like, dude, there's a bunch. We got Basilisk. Firepower's gone down. I read. I'm just, it's just not as good anymore.
No, it's sad. I wish I could disagree with you, but I don't.
Clans of Bellari was okay from Aftershock this week.
Aftershock has been stepping up their game. They've got some good stuff coming out lately.
I liked the Man Who Effed Up Time that they had running last year.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
I enjoyed that a lot.
Have you read the book from AWA, the Marjorie Finnegan Temporal Criminal?
Mm-mm.
If you like The Man That Effed Up Time, this is Garth Ennis doing a similar kind of idea over at AWA. It's hilarious. That book is it's good and it's funny. It's a nice mix. And I mean, you can tell by the name, right? Marjorie Finnegan, the Temporal Criminal. You're like, that's a mouthful.
I was moving the diaper wipes out of the shot. I figured that's not a good look for me.
As long as they haven't been used.
For real. Well, I tell you what. Let's do this. Edit screen. Let's go here to design, and let's drop what we're going to be doing next, if I can find it.
So are we going to put out an agenda?
Nope, I'm going.
This is going to be our slideshow presentation. Here's our agenda. First up, we have our safety minute. Everybody, please don't poke your eye out at work. Don't rip your lip, and don't bust your nose. This has been your safety minute.
All right, here we go. I'm going to play the new pickup, so give it like 5 seconds. All right, we're back. That was quick. Josh,
that was
did you
fast.
see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Good. So Dustin can't see it whenever I click something. He can't see it when for whatever reason, the two people running the stream can't see when somebody else does something. So
that's not cool.
Ryan, I'm actually inside a real room now, not in a garage.
Not the original room he started in, though.
Yeah, like this is actually the third room, fourth if you count the corner that I recorded some videos out of my bedroom. So Tiny does have that Midas touch. All right. So do you guys have anything new?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Well, you go first.
All right.
I mean, I got about $1,400 worth of stuff this week. So I mean,
show it. Show it.
It's all at the store.
Yeah.
We need to do a video where we spend 24 hours in a comic book shop. I wish we knew a comic book shop owner that would let us do that.
I totally know a place you could do that.
Dude, great idea.
As a matter of fact, that would be pretty epic.
Yeah.
I think it would be a cool video.
You should not have said that live, or other people can try to do it now, but we are copywriting that video and that experience.
Let's be realistic. I don't know
many
many people that are that friendly with their comic shops, so where they're just going to be like, hey, you can my comic shop where all of my stuff is for 24 hours.
Right?
Because I know Josh has all his collection there. Don't think I ain't going to. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have it all there. I've got a whole bunch of it in a closet here at the house. My wife just told me to stop bringing stuff home.
I'm talking about how to play Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, that would be funny, dude. We could learn D&D.
All right,
Now,
let's set this up. Let's do this.
That's absolutely that needs to happen.
What's up,
we're
John?
doing this.
We had to do it on Friday this week because of weddings.
Yeah. This was my pickup for the last 2 weeks. This is all I had. And I'll talk about both of these tonight. Definitely interesting. I picked up some Mylar.
What about this one?
Oh, next time I go to Huntsville, I'm picking that bad boy up. That is the single issue for volume 1 of this, which you can see, boop, right there. All right, I got a couple packages here to open up. Pre-opened this one already. This is from my main man, Tapia. Mi Familia Vatos Locos. And he threw me a couple extras in here. My man. So we got Marvel Comics Presents 78. These are all Barry Windsor Smith awesome books here.
Hey,
79. Probably one of my
That's
top.
one of my all-time favorite covers right there.
Absolutely. Definitely top 3 Wolverine covers easily.
I got some Barry Windsor Smith comics. This Monsters over here. I'm still waiting on a good day to read it, though.
That sucker is a beast, man. You're not going to read that in one day, dude.
Number 80.
You're going to need to take your time.
We have 81. Is this the first cover appearance of
John Byrne? That's what it looks like.
What's his name? I can't ever remember his name. He's the guy that does all this to Wolverine. He's the one that's in charge of the experimentations.
Oh.
Might be. That might be his first cover.
I have no clue.
You guys know who I'm talking about, though. I can't remember his name.
Is that Stryker? That's not
Stryker. Yes, Stryker. And then I still have yet to open this from 616 Comics. This is my stuff from John over there, 616. So since I don't have a whole lot of new comic books to show you,
Francis.
Francis,
is he talking about from Deadpool? I hope he's talking about from Deadpool.
Yeah,
right on, man.
Good Lord, Nick.
What?
One little shipping mishap and he just goes overboard with everything now.
Who?
You.
Oh, well, I didn't. My bad.
What are you shipping to your brother?
What up, Vincent?
He didn't even ship it. They just went from his car to my car.
Well, I didn't want it to get messed up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, so no pull tabs. You suck.
I don't pull tab anybody anymore. Who's got time for pull tabs?
Everybody.
I don't know if I've told you this before, Nick, but I really like that shirt.
Thank you, sir. This is the Haven Comics. You know, I need to get with Green Pea Press and get them to do something like they did for us, or for you, for us.
Yeah.
Miles Morales 25. I loved this cover from
It's a good one.
616. I'm a big Miles fan. Everybody knows that. So we have the wraparound cover here. I forget which cover this is. This may be a wraparound as well. That first one was the definitely the one. And then they're doing these negative space variants for Power Rangers. So there's the blue, the yellow, the red, the Virgin Miles Morales. That's awesome. We have the Nice House on the Lake, issue number 1, 616 exclusive. And we have the Green Ranger. So I think that the white, the pink, and the Black Ranger should be coming out from 616 in the next. Actually, I think they're already available and possibly sold out. I can't remember, but I believe they are available, though. I know at least the White Ranger is, I saw. So I'll end up having a full set of these, which will be nice because they're pretty neat. I'm not back into reading this current series yet still. I don't know. I'm not digging Ryan Parrott's writing, and I don't think I'm the only one. I've heard several people say the same thing. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll try to get back into reading the Power Ranger stuff. Right now, I just kind of, if I see some of the old stuff, I pick it up. But I've got almost every copy from the 90s.
Blue Hellion out in Nebraska is saying the Green Ranger is sold out.
I might have a copy somewhere.
Yeah, I may have one too.
Yeah, I don't know. Check before I
It's
go.
been out a long time though. The Green Ranger one was the first one to come out like 3 months ago. If you
Then we
need
need-
one, bro, let me know, man. I got you.
You talking about me?
No, I was talking about Dan.
What up,
Yeah,
Trinity?
definitely.
No, I did not see the cap statue, but definitely may need to check that out.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's nice.
What's up, Myrtle? Good to see you, bro. I love that
Oh,
dude.
Myrtle.
Like I so enjoy his content. I love
Yeah,
it. I don't
he's
get to watch as much content from anybody as I used to, just because I'm not sitting in the truck as much as I used to be. But every now and then I try to catch something.
All right,
That's all I got.
Josh, you have anything?
I got some new pickups this week. I definitely do.
Show them off.
I got this.
Back it up a little bit. Dang, look at that. Dustin, would you look at that?
Oh my gosh.
And wait, and I got this.
I want both of those so bad.
Did you really pay $8.50 a piece for those?
No,
Oh,
you would be heart sick if you knew how much I got these for.
Probably.
Let's see what else. This was a fun pickup this week. I think this one is going to come back pretty good. It's got a little issue on the top corner up here, but other than that, and it's got a little scuff down here at the bottom too. But this is in good shape.
Nice.
right on.
Your first Echo.
Yup.
This one I got just because this was the very first comic I ever read, and I saw one that's in really good shape, and I'm going to fire this bad boy off to CGC. But that makes me happy.
I had one of those.
Oh, yeah. I had
The
that.
very
slab
first comic I
Dustin.
ever read. My copy is signed by Chris Claremont.
See, we did
Nice.
hook him up. And then that's the that's from Myrtle.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else have I got here? This one I got because it's not a big dollar book or anything, but it is.
That's a beautiful
It
cover.
does have art by Stephen Butler, and Stephen Butler is going to be at Haven for Free Comic Book Day. And so I figure people are going to want cool books that he can sign.
Well, let him know that if he wants a Two Brothers Comics signature, I'll give it to him for free. Like, totally cool with that.
Rock on. He might want to shoot a Two Brothers Comics video or something, I bet. I bet y'all could do an interview.
Could you imagine? Hey, man, do you want my signature?
This one, the cover is torn pretty bad, but it's showcase number 3, man. And showcase number 4 was the first book of the Silver Age. So this is, in a sense, the last book of the Golden Age.
Dang, you selling that?
Yeah.
$5
Pretty quick,
right
though,
now.
isn't it? I mean, look at this. I mean, it's just history. That's a piece of history right
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
Look,
$5.
Nick, I'm telling you right now, he's got to give me such a good deal on those turtle books. He's gonna have to charge you at least full price or more for that one.
And then this one, if people are up on some, they're wanting some TVA type folks. This has got the first appearance of Alioth, the supreme being of the time span, and the first council of cross-time kangs.
That's awesome.
It's a terrible book. Other than that, and this one I just got because we've got the statue at the store that is this exact statue, so I totally dig it.
Yep, that is cool.
Yes,
that
I'm
a treasury?
selling the Turtles book. I got a whole lot more Turtles books.
No, they already claimed CJ. Sorry, bro. I got them already, bro.
You don't want both of those copies of number 4.
But I got to look at both of them before you can sell either one of them.
Y'all,
Well,
check
I mean,
this
yeah,
out.
you get to pick. I mean, you get first dibs. Absolutely.
Hold up, Nick. I got a slab in the mail, and the dang package had spray foam in it, like what I did. Y'all believe that? So I don't know who the seller is, but you got to message them and ask if they saw my video, and if they did, you got to let me know because that really excites me. And if y'all didn't see the follow up to that, literally, Josh, so did you see my video on the Avengers?
Oh, I saw it. Yeah,
It was
that box was
destroyed.
destroyed,
Oh,
and thank God that phone was in there.
oh, dude, my heart rate when he was messaging me that, I was freaked.
If anybody needs a third print of TMNT number 2, I got one of those too.
I got one of those, like a really nice copy. So you can sell that one.
Thanks. But yeah, I got number 2 copies of the second print of number 4. Then I got number 7, 9, and mostly from there up through about 40.
Well, clearly he didn't take as much time and effort on his box as I did.
No, clearly, because you don't do anything halfway. I know that.
I should have spray foamed the big box.
Oh, nice, CJ. Finally got a TMNT #1 third print. Right on, bro.
That deserves a celebration and a cupcake.
Right. I know a guy who's got one of those. Sweet. But yeah, those are my pickups for this week.
I like it.
Yeah, this is who I bought my third print TMNT 1 from, right here.
Yeah, I haven't actually. I've had some stuff going on with work, and I haven't actually been up at the shop since the new books came in because they came in a day late. Any of the retail stores that were serviced out of Plattsburgh, New York, instead of Olive Branch in Mississippi, we all got our books a day late.
Why are you not serviced out of Olive Branch, Mississippi?
But which is less than 4 hours from where we are right now?
Yeah,
that's a really good question. I used to be, and then they just randomly, without consulting me, talking to me, asking me anything about it, decided to switch my account over. And so I was getting 2 shipments every week, one from Olive Branch and one from New York.
Good Lord.
With 2 invoices. It was a nightmare, and that went on for almost a year because for whatever reason, the way that they chose to do it over time instead of just making a clean cut, it was a nightmare. It has been a nightmare. I'm not pleased. What in the world?
What? Oh, did he just open something up with his mouth?
Yeah.
I would have laughed his fake tooth would have come off.
You're muted.
Shut up. I use the back ones.
I wasn't watching. All right,
I'll show can opener downstairs.
I'll show off mine real quick.
Yeah, what you got?
Dustin's first beer.
Nice.
Tankers #2 and Bad Idea #4. So Dragon Quill's down in Gadsden, Josh. I don't know. Have you ever been there?
I have not. I've talked to them a couple times, but I haven't been there. It's a good shop from everything I've seen.
Well, they've been super nice. The guy on Tuesday, I say he's a little guy because like the way he talks, it just makes me think of a little guy. But he calls and he's like, "Hey, I got your Bad Idea book, so you want me to send them off?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And they send it media mail, which I'm not a fan of, but they send it on a Tuesday and it shows up to my house on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yep.
And for $2. So they've been getting me all the Bad Idea books.
Have you read them? Do you like them?
I haven't read them. I just don't. You know, I whenever Bad Idea 1 first came out, I called and they're like, "Yeah, we can send one," because they posted on their Facebook. And I told them, I said, "I know you guys have to order the same amount every time, and I don't want to be that guy that just gets #1 and not the rest." I said, "So go ahead and put me down, and I will just pay for 1 through 5 just in case it sucks." You know what I mean? Like just trying to be a good person.
Yep.
And I guess the guy took it as all Bad Idea books, and so now anytime a Bad Idea book's out, he just calls me.
Like, does that work? I'll just start putting you down for all of everything if you want.
Yeah, I have Wellsville too. Well, it don't matter if I change my pull list or not. Justin just be throwing stuff in there.
Did you get sleigh bells?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet.
Okay.
So
that's the other Bad Idea thing. Is
not.
The sleigh bells book.
Yeah, I need to call down there and see maybe their shipment got. Well, you know, Bad Idea had a delay in shipment for some of their stuff, so that may be why. And then I picked up. I haven't been to the shop yet, Josh. I'm gonna go
tomorrow, right?
Yep, we're gonna talk about manga.
Awesome.
So, but I did get this bad boy in from Organic Price Books. Laura Kinney X23 is fantastic. I really did enjoy this story.
Did you get your Spawn compendium last week, by the way?
No, I never got it. No, I didn't get a chance to go in last week, but did it show up?
Okay. Yeah, finally showed up.
Yeah.
Was on last week's invoice.
My pull is going to be like $300 this week. Do you need a left toe?
I don't think I have a book on my pull for 2 more weeks.
Good Lord.
Oh, wait, look at Blue Hellion, man. Dan wants a Two Brothers comic sketchbook signed by you, Justin, and Dustin. That's actually a pretty good idea. You could get one of Nick's great Sabretooth covers.
I did make a fantastic cover. And then I got Berserk #7 in finally.
You don't have all those yet?
Well, this one came out April, I think, and I just never ordered it. And then I kept checking, and it just kept staying at like $49. I'm like, I'm not paying $49 for that. So I just waited for it to drop to $29 on Amazon, and then I have the issue or number 8. It's pre-ordered for August for $29. But yeah, Lore Kinney's awesome, man.
Secret Empire. I don't know what tie-ins it had, but the main series, I really liked it.
Yeah, Lore Kinney, man, she just it's do I think she should replace Logan? No, but I think she is an awesome character. At least Tom Taylor's writing, and then I read X-Force, and then I also read. Have y'all read Nyx, her first appearance?
NYX, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was the worst and weirdest thing I've ever read in my life.
It's the weirdest new character intro ever.
It has to be the worst. I mean, it makes no sense.
No, it's pretty bad.
For those of you that don't know or have never read Nyx, and maybe I should do a video on it, but literally, she's just like this prostitute with
teenage
claws.
Prostitute. Yep.
Yeah, and that's how they introduce her. As that's it. Like it's the dumbest thing in the world, and she just cuts people up as like a fetish. And yeah, I wasted. Yeah, I don't know why Nyx. Yeah, exactly, Toad. I don't know why Nyx gets any love, but
it's
it is
NYX, Nick.
No, I refuse to say it that way.
It is NYX, but it's because it's her first appearance.
Because technically, it's actually from
outside
a TV
of a test tube.
Technically, she appeared in a TV show before she ever showed up in the comics. So
sure, you can't collect an episode of a TV show though.
No, I know, but it's kind of like Harley Quinn. But yeah, and this is
I don't know who that is, Toad Man, but it sounds like a dude with some issues.
No, if they get paid, they're called prostitutes, Chris. I mean, it's a job.
Anyways, not to continue talking about prostitutes, but yeah, it was just so weird.
It's a tough character introduction. I mean, it's absolutely bizarre, and it doesn't happen until issue number 3 where you really learn, right? So the first couple of you're like, "What am I reading? Why
I had
am
no
I
clue why I even started with it.
It was very strange.
And honestly, like this gives you all the key points throughout her history, except for like some of the stuff from the X-Force run.
Well, that series was surprisingly good.
Yeah. There was a few things where I was like, and honestly, like it fell flat on its face at the end, like the last few issues.
Yes,
I was like, this is stupid.
So.
But I wish they would have expanded on the look. I mean, I could talk about this for a long time, and I did a video on it that I'm going to post next week. But yeah, it fell on its face there at the end. But I didn't know there was an annual to this because I read it all digitally, but I didn't know there was an annual, so I'm going to have to go read that. But yeah.
So wait, you didn't go into the shop last week, did you, Nick?
No,
you haven't been in yet this week either.
Nope.
Well, it's gonna look a little bit different when you come in. I will say that.
Oh, did you get a new shelf?
No, not yet. That's in the works. But no, Jeremy and Justin went on a art hanging spree, and I have got comic book art, original comic book pages, commissions, con sketches, all kind of stuff. I have got all over the front of that store now, and it's more than I thought I had, and that's not even all of it because I've got a ton of it here at the house. It looks different in there when you come in.
Well, I'm excited to see it. I tell you what, if you will buy one of those shelves like you have in the back to display yours, I will put it together for you. Because like, I remember how hard of a time you had with that last shelf.
Oh my God, that thing just did not want to go.
Yeah.
And I finally just spent money on a rubber mallet, which really helped. But
or next time I go down to Atlanta and I have access to an IKEA, I can get you one of the glass display ones.
Ooh, I'll be all fancy like Justin.
Exactly. Dustin, quit.
Testing out my new turkey call.
That's so loud.
Well, that's how you get shot.
Real quick.
Comic books, what's up, man?
Yeah, I think it would be awesome to own it, but like, I don't know. I may just try to buy all new Wolverine #1 because that to me was a good one. Big Will, what's up? Heroes Con just announced dates. Are any of you going? I don't know. We can look at it though. I know we're going to Lexington Con for sure.
And there's Alabama Con in October or something.
See, I won't likely be able to go to that because that's Sky's birthday weekend.
It's also not. It's not a comic convention at all.
Well, I'm going.
They call themselves Comic Con, but it ain't a comic convention.
I'm taking my 6-year-old to see Sting.
So. That's fair.
and probably gonna find one of the old WCW comics
up,
and get him to
Toms?
sign it.
Todd, I just
B.
burned
Ramey, do
myself.
we have Avengers number 8? I assume you mean the old school Avengers with Kang. We do not. We had one. And it was like a 2.5 or a 3 maybe, and we sold that close on to a year ago, and I haven't seen one since.
Dustin, let's see if this works here, buddy.
Oh, look at you!
No, hold on. Boom!
There we go.
I actually have my iPad down here, and that's
Where
what I'm
is
using.
Heroes Con at? Charlotte.
It's in Charlotte, and it's normally in June.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's one of the purest comic shows in the world. That is a phenomenal comic book convention.
Nice.
It's a comic book show. It's not a show where they're going to bring in a whole bunch of actors and voice actors and stuff like that. It's a comic show, and it's excellent.
So this is frustrating. It doesn't even give a single date up front.
Well, it does, but it's for April.
I mean, you look at it, it says that all tickets are transferring to 2022. So it's not happening this year.
I wonder if they announced it on their Instagram or their Facebook or something instead then. Who knows?
Uh-oh. Somebody's throwing in for a super chat.
I'm trying to see if the alert's going to pop up. It should. Come on, pop up.
You can do it.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if we don't have it turned on. Oh, I'll be mad.
Way to go.
It worked.
I didn't see that because I don't know, because you're sharing your screen, but that is one of my favorite things is when you start to show Dustin. Yeah, that was funny.
Thanks for the super chat, man. We really appreciate that. Just so you guys remember, all $1.99 super chats will get you one entry into the mystery box drawing at the end of the night. This is every single week. $1.99 equals one entry, and we'll put a wheel together at the end of the stream every Saturday night. Obviously, tonight's Friday, and we'll do a drawing for a mystery box. And I don't know if they're any good or not, but you guys can ask the people that have won. I'm sure CJ can let you know.
All right, Nick, I can't make it out. What is that hanging up in the middle behind you there?
That is Canto by Austin LeMay.
Yep. That's the Canto by Austin. Rock on.
Yep, that's Canto. Sorry, I have the aperture.
I got to tell you guys, we had a guy who comes up to the shop most every Saturday, brings his daughter, different guy than the other guy who brings his daughter. But she's a real big reader, and she likes a lot of fantasy stuff. And he was asking me, like, what good comics are there for a 9-10-year-old girl? And I said, here, you need to read Canto. And she looked at me like I was insane. And so I said, tell you what, I got a lot of copies of the second story of Canto. So I gave her issues 1, 2, and 3. And I said, you take it and read it. And if you don't like it, you bring them back. Well, they came back the next week. Do you have any more? Man, she was in love with Canto. Yeah, she's very, very happy.
Right.
Yeah,
on.
Canto is fantastic. I didn't get a chance to read issue 3 of it's in my it should be in my box.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. Flexipotamus. I like that name.
Flexipotamus. That is a good one.
So Will said June 24th, 25th, 26th of next year. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll try to look into making that work.
Yep.
Yeah, Heroes Con is one of the absolute best pure comic conventions out there. It's phenomenal.
Awesome.
And back to the con down in Birmingham. So My Hero Academia is also like a part of that con. It's the Alabama Comic Con and My Hero Academia Con. And that would literally be the only reason I would go. But it's Sky's birthday weekend. So yeah, man, it is.
Oh
yeah, it's fantastic. And it reads
gonna have
really
another
well in a trade. So anyways, well, I tell you what, we did all of our new pickups, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's jump into the reviews, and it's going to play now. Could you see it that time, Dustin?
And
Well,
it just now popped up on my phone. So
yeah. All right. Well, we're back. So reviews. What do you guys want to talk about first? What have you read, Josh?
Nothing this week since everything came in a day late. I missed it.
All right. Talk about Barbaric, Dustin.
Did
'cause
you
That
read
came
this,
out
Josh?
last week.
did you read it?
I did.
What do you think about this? Outside of the
hated it.
fact that you hated it,
I hated it.
was it
I wanted
all
to
of
like
the
it, and it
adult
just didn't
content?
work for me.
Was
No,
it like
I mean,
okay?
it was like when you hear a song and you say somebody wrote this song and played this song and sang the words to this song, and this should click with me. It's like this. Everything about this is perfect for me. That was not it. The Barbaric just did not click for me for whatever reason. It's like potato salad. I like all the individual ingredients in potato salad, but I hate potato salad. I don't care for the individual ingredients in coleslaw, but I love coleslaw. Weird. I don't know why, but that book
I
didn't
don't
work
know
for me.
how I feel about you not liking potato salad. Like
That book was potato salad to me. It's like all the ingredients were there and it should work. It just did not work for me.
if there was one side I could eat with every meal, it's definitely potato salad.
I mean, it has to be like a home.
Oh yeah, it's got to be my mom's or even my wife. She rocks potato salad now. So yeah. Anyway, I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty neat. It was definitely intriguing enough for me to read the next issue. I think that the relationship between this guy and his axe,
There's a little sexuals.
no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's just funny. And honestly, I think that it was. I hate that they introduced a third character in the first issue. Like, I think they definitely should have waited and just work on letting us see the relationship between these two for a couple of issues at least. Like there would have been plenty there for them not have to drag in another character into the mix.
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
think that's a good critique.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing about it. And I'm gonna do a review on the channel, on our reviews channel. If you guys are not subscribed to Two Brothers Comics, comic
Get
book
on
reviews
that. What is
channel,
wrong with you? You need to do that.
like we're struggling over there. We don't even have 200 subs on there, so check that out. But basically, this guy was cursed by these three witches, which they kind of reminded me of the three witches from the Disney Hercules movie.
Well, I think they're
Because it comes
supposed to be more
real
representative
mythology.
of the three witches from Macbeth. But yeah, I got you.
Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar, so so they curse him to only do basically he'll live forever as long as he does good. Like he has to be a good person. He has to protect people. And
he's not a good person. That's
and
the
he's
problem.
not at all. Like it
Yes.
is literally driving him nuts to have to do this. But if he doesn't, he's gonna die. And the axe is its own has its own persona. They can communicate back and forth. No one else can hear the axe talking, so they all think he's crazy. But the axe is the determining factor on
Take it easy, Big Will.
Yeah,
What up,
man.
Ka-chung?
So the axe
Wait a
is
minute.
the determining factor. It determines who he is and is not allowed to kill. However, the more people he kills with this axe, it's like the axe becomes inebriated on the blood,
Yes.
and like it's even hiccuping, and the lines of who is okay to die and who is not okay to die start to blur very, very quickly at that point. And that's where it starts to get, it's got some humor tied into it. It's got the gore, you got the action. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. It's, not something I think is going to be like some big, huge TV series or something. I think they could make like a cartoon maybe or something. But I mean, it's not something that I was like, oh, I'm picking this up because of that, because I really could care less. I saw it coming out when I did the top picks that week. And honestly, the cover art drug me in at first because I don't think I've ever read anything by Vault anyway.
Vault puts out some good stuff.
They do put out some really good stuff.
Well, what is that one you and I started reading and you really liked it? I still haven't read any of it, but you liked it. Heist.
Heist was good.
Yeah. So I've got a few of those, but John, I was talking to him at the comic shop and he was like, man, I'm really excited for this one. I want to read it. Had the really cool Conan #1 homage. And they're like very on the nose with like, they know how Conan the Barbarian this is. So like it's not like they're trying to hide from it. But if
No.
you're looking for something that's just kind of, it's just a fun read, like this was one that I definitely enjoyed. Now, this one, on the other hand, have you read any of these, Josh?
I have
I
not.
won't
They've
touch
sold
it.
out so fast that
Oh
I
my!
haven't had a chance to read them.
I've got issue 1. I never read issue 1 because I opened it up and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I don't have like 3 hours to set aside to read this. But I did read issue number 2, and these are supposed to be standalone stories. Oh my god! If you guys haven't read this, like, just like a PSA on this. If you've ever watched the movies like Saw, this is like times 10. This is the most horrible thing I've ever read in my life. I don't understand how they were able to get away with some of the stuff they're doing here. Basically, what's going on in this issue is these guys are streaming live, murdering and torturing people, like in the most horrific ways you could think of. And they have different people that do these acts, and people like have their, it's like people have their favorite wrestlers, like they have their favorite guy who tortures people in their own way. And like I guess Poker Face here had been gone for a while, and like this was his first show back, and they're like, oh man, look, he came back with a vengeance and this, that, and the other. And like it's amazing how they were able to get away with some of this. And they kidnapped this doctor, and the doctor is supposed to, I guess the doctor is like keeping the victims like alive. So this one guy, there was a big flood. He was stranded on the roof of his house, and they swoop in with a helicopter team. They pull him up. He had his dog with him. I'm not going to tell you what they did to this man's dog, but I almost put the book down right there. I'm like, how can you how can you write that, bro? Like what did the dog do? Like it was bad enough that you left the dog there, but you didn't have to do the dog that way.
Did they do the who let the dogs out?
No, not even. It was horrible. So it's like they kidnap people that like obviously that guy would just be determined as lost in this big flood. So like nobody's ever going to think anything about it. And then I think this doctor, basically the doctor did plastic surgery and changed his face so that when they did this live stream of him being just murdered, like you couldn't tell who it was. And the way that they've got the doctor is they've got tabs. They've got his family's house bugged, his wife and son. The whole house is bugged with microphones and cameras, and they allow him to, watch. I think once a week he gets to go and sit and check in on his family. They don't know he's watching, but he gets to watch. And the deal is you keep doing this for us, and we won't kill your family. Yeah. So like, they've got the doctor by the nads, like he can't do anything but what they tell him to. And then at the end, they show his old lady and another dude doing what, and they're like, hey, you've been doing a great job for us. We really appreciate it. So we'll do you a solid. If you want us to make this guy disappear, we can do that for you. I mean, like this whole book is, and I don't know after reading this issue, this first one I've read, I don't know if I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm intrigued.
But also horrified.
Like I feel like a horrible person for picking it up and reading it again. But at the same time, I'm like, well, what is they going to do in the next issue? Like this was so bad. Like, could the next issue be worse?
Sounds to me like they're trying to like do a Saw. Nope, and I don't like Saw.
I like the Saw movies, but I mean, this was just crazy though for a comic book. I mean,
I liked the first Saw movie. I thought it was really interesting. It was a super low budget movie, but with Cary Elwes, right?
Yeah, and when he gets up off the floor, you're like, oh, bro.
Yep. Chris
Barrett, I want to show you something, and I don't know if anybody caught this, and I meant to put an Instagram post, and I'm still going to, and I'm going to tag the writer. So they show you, this is the computer screen, and you see here, these people can tip, and you see, highest tipper.
No, they're tipping in Bitcoin.
Yeah. And it gives names, you have the people's names in the chat and the stuff they're saying. And then it also gives the name of the highest tipper. So you got Art Bodger. But I looked in here because I was like, I wonder if they hid any I wonder if there's any like Easter eggs with any of these names, and I found one. So if you look right here, if it'll focus. Where's the rock when you need him?
You may just have to read it. It won't. There, barely. Let me make you bigger.
Right here. You see highest tip? What does that say? Isaac Yankum, 1992. Does anybody besides me and Chris Barrett know who Isaac Yankum is and the significance of the year 1992?
Well, it's certainly not Weird Al Yankovic.
No. Isaac Yankum was actually the character that Glenn Jacobs, a.k.a. The Undertaker's brother Kane, portrayed in 1992 as the psychotic dentist.
Yep. They all said it. Kane.
Yeah.
Glenn Jacobs.
So,
it makes sense.
I went through and I was like, I just wonder if there's any Easter eggs hidden with these names. So I literally went through, I looked at every name in the chats, all the highest bidder things, and I saw Isaac Yankum. That was the only one I recognized. I'm sure the other ones are something too, but I saw Isaac Yankum. I was like, that is cool. I was like,
my wife's dentist's name is Dr. Pullen.
Ooh.
No lie. That's her dentist's name. Hey, I like that, Nick.
I'm just going all havened out.
Hey, I got old school Two Bros merch out here.
I hope if I advertise enough, I'll get a good discount on some manga here soon.
I don't know how many of these are still floating around out there, but I got one.
I think Austin LeMay has one. Yeah. Oh, man. So what else did you guys read?
I finished up.
Because I know I'm not reading that. Oh, I forgot to show you guys some new pickup. One more new pickup thing. Go ahead to keep talking, though.
That's pretty much all I read was those two. I was about to start reading Geiger #1 finally. I've got like 5 issues of Walking Dead to read. I need to read Blue Flame 1. I need to read.
Let me know what you think about Blue Flame. I like Blue Flame.
Yeah, I really liked the synopsis when I read it, so I was like, I gotta check it out, and I loved this cover.
Do you love it?
Coin #1.
It's lame.
I still want to read Nice House on the Lake, even though Nick wasn't a fan. I still want to read it.
I think you should.
And I need to read Geiger. And then, like I say, I got like 5 issues of Walking Dead. And I do have what was the other one you were talking about earlier, Nick?
Basilisk.
Yeah, I've got Basilisk #1 that I need to read as well.
What up, Terry Vaughn?
Is that the Treasury edition, Nick?
That was a Treasury version. And then I went ahead and put up the slab version right there.
Because he was supposed to send me a Treasury version.
Yeah, that's for you.
Okay.
And then he sent us a slab, and then that's the original one.
Right on. He sent a couple of the regular ones. Or no, he sent a slab one and a regular one to John and them. So
good, cool. It's pronounced Balsalisp. Oh,
No.
He's okay. He's screwing with me.
He got you to say it.
Whatever.
Alan Breedlove is a big fan of Silver Coin. I know he's been enjoying that one.
I've not read it.
I'm just kind of like some like one-off stories as well, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. Like these anthologies for Black White Blood series, I just don't care for them.
Well, I think like whatever the Silver Coin thing is, like it's the same throughout on the issues, but it's just different stories about the Silver Coin.
Like there was a Kickstarter book that came out, I think 2 years ago or so. It was called Deadbeats. And it was kind of like Silver Coin in the aspect of it's music related, but there's like bad things happen. And it was an anthology kind of book set in this. It was kind of like what if High Fidelity was about cursing people. So like you buy this particular guitar and it's got this sick and twisted history and it does terrible things to you, or it makes you awesome, but the price you have to pay for being awesome is terrible. I mean, it was really interesting. Well, apparently it did well enough. They're doing a Deadbeats 2 on Kickstarter here in a couple of weeks. And then that's coming out again this fall.
Okay. Yeah, I picked it up the week it came out. I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I'm so far behind right now.
The Pick of Destiny. That's right.
Yeah.
There you go, Ryan.
Because it's the Pick of Destiny.
I've been sitting here talking the whole time and didn't realize I was on mute.
Freaking rookies.
I know. Justy from Viz. I don't know what that is, Ryan. But maybe. But I was gonna say, so sticker packs. I finally got in the big pack.
Oh, goody. I finally get some stickers.
Yep. So that's actually your pack right here. So the members that are gonna get theirs sent out. Two Brothers Comics. The first appearance sticker.
That's right. And don't you forget it.
The 9-2 crew.
Yep, that's a good one.
And the Collect Your Way stickers. So those are going to go out to the members. You still have time to join and get some stickers.
I got to get my 9.2 crew baseball jersey made before we go to Lexington.
I know it's manga. I just don't know like what kind of manga. But I may be interested. 800K, what is that?
Oh, X-Men 9.6 sold for 800K. What?
Whoa.
Is that legit?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Well,
I think a lot of people were taking the video I did about the market a little bit out of context, like that I was saying like everything's crashing. Like that wasn't my point at all. I was just, I don't know.
people read or look at a thumbnail and don't actually listen.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's all it is.
Like,
Yeah, you've really been hitting those clickbait titles here lately, Nick. I got to give you props, man. You post these videos, and just Dustin is doing like,
yeah, he just catches me like mid frame.
Yeah.
It's like, why did I sell my comics? Worst day ever in the life of a collector. Collector's worst nightmare. I mean,
well, Dustin actually came up with that title. I just made it into a good thumbnail.
The titles with those pictures that you're pulling, man, they are hilarious.
I'm trying my best. YouTube does us no favors, so I'm trying to do what I can.
Yeah, we need to do some more of our short films if I can ever get back out there again.
Heck yeah, those are fun.
I know. We'll get it
We
planned.
need to do one where Death Metal gets like comics stuck in his beard.
We can do it whenever we spend 24 hours inside a comic shop.
That's true. Go nuts.
That's what she said. Anyways.
Donut makes me go nuts.
So comic reviews. So Geiger is probably one of the best on the shelves right now. Basilisk is fantastic.
Geiger is so good. I just am crossing my fingers and hoping so hard that Geiger ends well.
Yes,
because Jeff Johns has got a penchant for really good starts.
Like Donnie?
And not great endings. And you're like, man, you better bring this home.
Like Donnie?
Yeah.
Hey, that's my shtick. You can't take that.
I did start reading Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk run.
So good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
So good. Immortal Hulk is so good. How far into it are you?
5 issues.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good spot. The first 3 issues all came out were they were one-offs. You didn't have to read the one before it or the one after it. And I talked with Tom Brevoort. He came on our Haven Stay at Home Con panel, and he and I talked for almost 3 hours. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed talking comics with him so much. But I told him, I said, man, the fact that you made those one shots, they were connected but not linearly, made all the difference in the world, because I could sell that to people. Pick it up. It's not part 1 of 6. It's part 1 of 1. And the next one is part 2 of 2. Or part 1 of 1. It worked. And for the first 3 issues, it was boom, 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 all one shots. The 4th one was kind of a one shot, but had more of a lead in than the others. But Immortal Hulk is a phenomenal book. It has a couple of ups and downs as you get a bit further into it, but it's still going strong. It's one of the best overall Hulk runs ever.
I wonder if there's an omnibus yet.
No, because it's not even finished.
Oh, I didn't know if they could fit all 50 whatever issues.
Yeah, it's going to be 50 on the nose is the last issue.
In an omnibus.
They may do a part 1, part 2, but I doubt they've announced it.
It'd be a big book.
Be a thick boy. Like Why the Last Man, that's 58, 59 issues, I think. Still have yet to finish it. I don't know if I will. But it is what it is.
Oh, there is an omnibus. No, there's a trade paperback. Okay.
Yeah. There's multiple trade paperbacks.
I'm reading it on my iPad, so I did finish reading all of My Hero Academia. That was cool. And I'm reading Yu-Gi-Oh! And
so, how many issues is this supposed to be, Josh?
All of them.
At a minimum, the first story arc is supposed to be 5 or 6 issues. I think 6.
Oh, okay.
And it may end there, or it may continue. The way he's talked, it could go either way. I think it depends on sales, but I think the sales are high enough that he would keep it going. I would hope.
Okay.
But a really good book. Okay, Toadman hits it right on the head. Geiger has zero original ideas, yet it's so good. Sometimes it's not how original is the idea; it's how well can you execute it, and that's what made the Prelude book for Firepower so good. There was nothing new or original in that book. It was just executed perfectly. Yeah. That Prelude was spectacular, and Geiger's the same way. I absolutely agree.
Still yet to read that.
I'm telling you, sit down or just wait. You have one more issue, sit down and read them all at one time. You know,
I heard that it really started going downhill though, like halfway through.
What, Dagger?
No. Firepower.
Oh yeah. Firepower came out of the gate with the Prelude, which was amazing, and then the first issue was a sudden drop. Yeah, you're like, okay, what's going on?
Even by issue 12, you're just like, I don't care anymore.
It's such a slow burn that you don't even feel the water get warm.
That's why I got with Seven Secrets. Like the first 2 issues were pretty good, but then I think I read issue 3 and I was just like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, I will say this. I say this. I enjoy a comic book gimmick cover as much as the next guy, right? But if ever 2 books came out at approximately the same time that should both have a glow-in-the-dark cover for every single issue, Geiger and Noctera are the 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Those books should just have a glow-in-the-dark cover, period. That's how it should be.
What about that Nuclear Family?
Nuclear Family is an interesting book.
No, I'm saying that could be a glow-in-the-dark cover.
It could. They've got the pun on Nuclear Family, right, and what that means. But the art on Nuclear Family is by a local comic guy from South Tennessee who currently lives up in Oregon or Washington, I think Oregon.
God bless him.
Yeah, so hot up there and they don't have AC at all. But he's good. He was doing the Star Trek comic over at IDW for a bit. And we've got a sketch he did of Spock up on the wall at the shop, and it is just
I've seen that.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's the one you have in the back?
Yes. Yeah.
Right on.
That would be cool. Josh, have you heard anything else about Vanish from Donny Cates and Stegman? Have they released anything to retailers?
They have not.
The second they do, if I don't know about it, I need to know.
You got it.
I'm pumped about Stegman.
Well, it's going to start off real strong, and then it's going to taper off to...
I don't know, because Stegman's a co-writer on this.
And then at the end, you're going to be like, so that's it?
No. Well, but anyways, I guess we can wrap up this. But my opinion right now, some of the best books on the shelves are Geiger, Noctera. I haven't read issue 5, but if it holds strong, Noctera's been wonderful.
The quality on Noctera hasn't gone down not a bit.
Oh,
not
so
even
good.
A little bit.
Firepower is not the best, but I wanted to hit on this. He said it's a fast read. I think it is going to be a great sit down and read everything at one time, like a great omnibus or something. That's how I think how that book would be better read. And that's just my opinion, because like issue 13, nothing happens and you're just like, why did I? But some people are into that and that's okay. Just that's my personal opinion. But yeah, Noctera is great. Geiger's good.
G.I. Joe is awesome.
G.I. Joe. Thor. Have you been reading Beta Ray Bill at all? Because I'm going to
Beta Ray Bill is the best book Marvel is putting out right now.
Okay, I'm going to read that then.
Beta Ray Bill is freaking spectacular, and if you're not reading it, you should be.
And then Battle Cats Volume 3 just came out, so I'm going to go back, read 1 and 2, probably do a review there, and then I'm super pumped about Battle Cats 3. What'd you think about He-Man? Did you read it?
I have not read He-Man yet.
I'm excited for that then, Alan.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Alan.
It was okay.
Noctera's good.
He-Man was okay. All right. Well, that was all for the review period of our lives. Should we go ahead and talk about some news? Playing it now, Dustin. And we're back. So, with that being said, we'll do the news pretty quickly. I know Josh has been hard at work.
Hang on, I just saw Alan's comment. I'm digging it.
What do you say?
Speaking of G.I. Joe, I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you got that claim for G.I. Joe 5 that I put in, right?
I got a claim for G.I. Joe 5, but it wasn't from you.
That's funny.
You know, I will say, Dustin, if you ever want to get started on reading some G.I. Joe, I will point you to the right books. I defy you to read G.I. Joe number 21 and not love it.
Are you?
And you'll love it, Dustin. It has no dialogue whatsoever. It's the silent issue. It's silent interlude. It's amazing.
All right, so real quick, guys, we'll talk about some big news things. Filmmakers from Dr. Sleep have picked up Something's Killing the Children. We knew about this, that it was going to be happening for quite some time. To be honest with you, we just couldn't say anything. And we weren't going to be those guys that said, like, yeah. Anyways, so this is pretty cool. I hope you guys are excited about this. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled before it starts. But to be honest with you, I just don't see it being as good as the book. You know what I mean?
See, I looked up this Mike Flanagan guy and Trevor Macy. I literally don't recognize anything that they've done.
What up,
It's
Beans?
all horror stuff. So they're obviously good, or they're at least experienced in that area. Here's my thing. I don't think this is going to be called Something is Killing Children. They're not going to make a Netflix series called Something is Killing Children.
That's a tough title to sell. Like, yeah.
If I had to put my money
Monsters.
on something, if I had to put my money on it, I think it's going to be something revolving more around
House of Slaughter or something.
House of Slaughter.
Or probably the
story
town
arc.
name.
Huh?
What was the town name again?
Well, that's the thing. They don't stay in one town.
No, I know, but it like
I forget, but I think that they're going to probably like.
Ryan agrees. House of Slaughter.
I think it's going to be more kind of in the story arc that we're in now. I think that's the route they're probably going to start with, instead of just doing like the book did and just go, oh, page 1. Oh, okay, yeah, children are getting absolutely mutilated.
And you know that could be why they took that break, came back at 16, and started pushing the origin, and then because not going into too much. This was
I don't know about that. I think it's been all very purposeful.
Yeah,
you start a book by killing a bunch of kids, and what does that do? Right out of the gate, you got everybody's attention, right?
Absolutely.
You got the title of the book, and the first thing you do is prove out the title of the book. It is what it is. And then the book comes with a very Stand By Me kind of a vibe, Goonies kind of a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the kids having to fight it off alone. There's no adults can help them, right? So yeah, I think it was very purposefully done, and I think it would work just as well on screen because you start off right out of the gate by up in the ante. I mean, it's like the first thing they did in Game of Thrones, right? It starts off with a dude pushing a kid out of a tower window. Like, that dude just murdered that kid. Now, the fact the kid didn't die is another thing, but
Archer's Peak, yeah, that's what it was.
Boom,
that's
you
true,
just
Toad.
push the kid out a window.
Netflix isn't exactly the most morally thoughtful group of people.
Yeah. But I mean, the Free Comic Book Day coming out is titled House of Slaughter.
Yeah.
So, it's not completely out of the question that they would want to take that route. I mean, who knows? Obviously, it's something that we're all going to check out. I mean, I don't know anyone who hasn't been expecting this to happen, but 2, knowing it's coming is just absolutely, I'm not going to check this out. Like, I can't wait. I love this series so much, and
I've just struggled
like
so
I said
much.
in the video that came out, I still remember the day Nick and I walked into Haven Comics and Josh asked if we were picking this up, and I was like, I know it came out, but I didn't get a copy. And he handed both of us a copy, and I read it in the truck on the way to the gas station, and I mean, from there on, I loved it. So I'm very excited about it. I just hope, like Nick said, can it be as good as the books? I really don't know. but I just hope that it's not bad. I hope they don't. I hope they at least try to do it justice.
Well, it's tough because Netflix has just not been doing, in my opinion, really good when it comes to a lot of these adaptations, right? I mean, they destroyed Jupiter's Legacy. In my mind, I went back and read them. The books were much better. I feel like they really emphasized certain parts of the story that made no sense. And what they like to do is they like to twist people's roles and try to, like, it was designed that way for a reason. Leave it. Like, it does very well. That's why it's so successful. I think that's why Walking Dead at the beginning was so good, is because they stayed somewhat true to the premise of the show. And then as they started to change craziness or got past, anyways, all to say, I don't have faith in Netflix, so that's where I'm just like trying to be a little more reserved and less excited.
Well, what did you think of Old Guard?
From an action standpoint, I thought it was great, but I can't compare it to the comic books because
you've not read the comics?
Mm-mm.
See, I thought it was a very well done adaptation of comics.
What did you think about Sweet Tooth, Josh?
I didn't like the comics.
I love the comics, but there's no way they could have adapted that the way it was in the comics.
For me, I had a hard time with the comics because I like Jeff Lemire. I wanted to like it, but when the art, it turns me off, and the art for that book was a major turnoff to me.
What about Family Tree? Did you hate it too?
It was painful. Family Tree, I liked okay. I didn't love it, but it was all right.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I hope they do okay.
Hey, Perry Comics.
What up, Perry?
Man? Thanks for jumping in and saying, hey, bro, we appreciate that.
What do you guys think of the new and improved Justin Birch? Or maybe not improved, but twice the size.
You're certainly probably twice his height for sure. Yeah.
Nick and I have had this conversation about Something's Killing Children where, like, we knew it was going to go to Netflix. Like, we knew that.
But we've known it for a while. It was official.
We both wished that it would go somewhere else, like that it would be picked up by someone else. I'm a little worried about the fact that it like the people that are those two names we saw there, like those guys don't have anything in under their belt that just screams success. They seem, relatively new to what they're doing, or at least with having stuff out there to find anyway. So that's a little nervous.
Well, and so, Myrtle Trinity said earlier that the horror movie they did that it speaks about in here, they did a really, really good job. Yeah, HBO would have been better.
But have you guys watched Lock and Key?
I loved it. My wife even.
But I haven't read the books.
But I haven't read the books either.
Okay, it's not a one-for-one adaptation of the books by any means, but it's a very solid adaptation of the books.
If they can do as solid of a job as they did with Lock and Key, I think it can be good for sure.
And see, I love Lock and Key, but if I were to go read the books, my opinion may change. You know what I mean? Like, I go, oh man, the books are so good, but maybe the show just now doesn't live up to it. And that happened to me a little bit with Sweet Tooth because I watched a little bit of it. And I was like, hold on, I need to go read all the books first. And then I read the books, and then I started watching the show. And obviously, there's no way they could have adapted some of that stuff. It was just,
but the cool thing is, it does state that, like, Boom Studios has say in how this works. Ross Ritchie is gonna, and we know Ross Ritchie.
He's not gonna sell the farm.
Yeah, he's not a slouch on his stuff, man. Like, as much as this is James Tynan's baby, like, it's gonna be Ross Ritchie. This series is gonna be Ross's baby, and this is one that he's had to have been just as excited. I mean, we've talked to the guy. He's been as excited about this as us as fans have been excited to see it. So that's the one thing that I look at it as a silver lining is
I just want to see Once and Future come to a show, and I want Helen Mirren cast as the grandmother.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I hate that I gave up on that series. It wasn't that I wasn't enjoying it. I just had no idea what was going on anymore because I don't know anything about the lore that they're pulling from. And there was so much of that. Like, I literally, like, every 10 words, there was at least 3 that I didn't even know what it was. So I was reading it, but I couldn't even figure out what's going on anymore. So I had to take it off.
Betty White is the grandmother. Betty White's not British, and that is you must be British role.
But that would definitely be an awesome, fantastic series. I would love that.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So we won't harp on it too much, but I do hope it does well. I'm excited for it. And as mentioned earlier, I don't think that Netflix isn't truly the most moral group of people. So they may just call it Something's Killing the Children and just start ripping kids in half. You know what I mean? So, and maybe that's exactly what we'll get, but we'll see.
I hope they don't do like you
Josh,
said and start swapping everything around and then end up being nothing like the books.
Yeah. Did I get all the Skybound X covers? You haven't been?
I haven't since everything came in late, but I'm pretty sure that you did. And we ordered a metric crap ton of them, so you should be good.
What's up, whack blank bleeping F wax
Hey, hang on. I want to go back to this for a second. Earlier, my Spawn compendium came in. Awesome. Great. Boy, this is going to be an expensive week. Hey, did I get all the Skybound X covers?
I'm going to have to pull out that special card. You know what I mean, Josh?
What is Skybound X?
It's from Image. It's, how would you call it? I mean, it's almost like kind of like an anthology.
It's like an anthology series. Every issue is essentially introducing new stories, new characters.
I did a video ideas. On it, Dustin.
But I guess the anchor store kind of thing, kind of idea there is like a future set, slightly in the future set, Walking Dead, where Nick Grimes has got himself a lightsaber essentially.
Okay. I remember us talking about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we talked about that on here one night on the Babble-On. Yeah.
Here's a good question we'll talk about real quick. So, what is a comic
that has surprised you, good or bad?
Good or bad.
What's up?
Amazing Spider-Man has not surprised me, disappointed me. Yes, I mean they're writing Peter Parker out of his own book, literally about to replace him with Ben Reilly again. It's a nightmare. It is a travesty. It's horrific, and it's so disappointing. Like, why in the world are you doing this to Peter Parker?
Yeah. Well, and for Spider-Man supposedly is supposed to be like the franchise player for Marvel. Like
X-Men now, they're 400 X-Men.
When's the last time Amazing Spider-Man, a flagship title, and we talked about this weeks ago.
Yep.
There's so many of these flagship titles from Marvel that have just been trash for so long. And how is Marvel okay with this? Shows
they get Marvel, the garbage treatment, and you'll get a limited series that's awesome,
right? It kind of just it shows you, and we've talked about this before. Marvel's values right now is the value is not on the comic books. In any way, like it's all at the movies right now, and it's like, yeah, okay, we understand that's your bread and butter, but you can't just push aside what got you to the dance, though, and you got all these flagship series that are just horrible and have.
So what you have to do is just look a little bit further afield. And you say a book that surprised me. I don't know if it was a surprise so much, but it was a very pleasant discovery. Beta Ray Bill, man, that series is rocking. It is so freaking good. I think it's the best thing that Marvel is doing right now.
So for me, it was, I would say probably Noctera, because I figured it was
not a Marvel book.
No, but he just said a book in general, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was going to be I didn't even pick it up, I don't think. But I just was shocked at how good it actually was. But if you're talking not recent, all new Wolverine, I was 100% shocked because I was thinking, you know what? People just talk about things just to talk about things, just to talk about things. You know what I mean? And before I decided to make a decision, I was like, I'm going to go read it. And I'll be dang if Tom Taylor did the hell out of Smex 23, and I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Tom Taylor's good, man. I mean, what do you think about the new series he's doing?
Dark Ages?
Are you excited about that?
I'm so pumped. I think it's going to be
spectacular.
Fantastic. I think
Josh, did you read that new the new Spider-Man series that came out where it's basically like a what if he didn't give the aliens
Shadow?
Spider Shadow.
Yeah, I tried to pick it up because it seemed very interesting. My shop sold out in 10 minutes. He said John didn't even get a copy, so I didn't get to read any of it. But I've heard a lot of people say it was really good.
For me, it started off well, and then they decided to make it like 2 issues too long. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
you with a little bit of economy, you could have told a much better story, but instead you decided to drag it out so you could put it in a trade. You could put 5 issues in a trade. You can't put 3 issues in a trade. I mean, you can just make it a $10 trade, man. I think it was 2 issues too long.
Okay. And Terry, my surprising issue, this right here. I'm not sure good or bad. This is some horrible stuff.
It ain't good.
Horrible things happening inside of this comic book right here. Extremely shocking. This literally, these are probably the first 2 books I've been able to sit down and read in probably over a month. And then this is what I picked. Oh my gosh. But Barbaric was good. That surprised me.
I was surprised that I didn't like Barbaric very much. I will say that. Alan is so right. When they did House of X and Powers of X and Hickman, I was honestly I didn't think it was going to be that much. They gave some certain retailers advanced read copies of the first issues. I was not one of those. And those retailers were just out singing the praises of this book so hard. It's going to be so great. And I'm like, I don't know if I believe you people or what.
Yeah.
But I read it. House of X and Powers of X was amazing.
It was very good.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, it made everything that ever happened in any X-Men book canon, but it didn't tie their hands to it, right? They could do whatever they wanted, and it was brilliant. And right out of the gate, they were like, okay, so we're going to pick up and carry on with X-Men #1. I'm like, all right, excellent. And then we're also going to release 18 other titles, and you can't follow any of it. It was. I was so lost so fast.
It's kind of how I feel like DC's doing Batman after Infinite Frontier and Linear Multiverse. Let's do 1,000 Batmans, 1,000 different Superman versions.
Joker's
not going to follow any of it. Joker
series. Yeah.
The core Joker series was actually pretty dang good. I did go back and read it.
I told you it was good.
Yeah, very good.
The Jim Gordon series?
Yeah,
basically.
That's really what it is.
Yeah, I was shocked. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like last year, and you know, you
Nosh,
what's up, bro?
How did you get in here, Nosh? That had to be a trip.
He said security was sleeping, so you just slipped by.
They weren't expecting him tonight. They thought he was coming tomorrow night, so they hadn't geared up yet. Man, rock on, Nosh. You're the man.
So with Batman, like, you know, last year, that was probably my favorite thing I was reading for a long time, all the way up to the end of Joker War. Batman was my favorite thing. I could not wait for it to come out. I mean, I got really into the reviews. Every time I was on Burke's channel talking about Batman, I mean, you know, I just loved talking about it. I couldn't wait to get the next issue. And when it came back, I don't know. Like I couldn't get into it.
What did it for me is them putting orgy scenes into Batman. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, I'm like, Tynan, dude, bro, we don't need all this extra stuff, bro. Like, we just need Batman. We don't need Ghostmaker. We don't need Robin. We don't need
Clown Hunter.
We don't need Clown Hunter. Even though I thought Clown Hunter was super cool, like I think Clown Hunter, if they were to take and do a series for Clown Hunter,
have you not seen that they are?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're doing a limited series for Clown Hunter. I think it's 5
I'll
issues.
check that out. I'll check that out. But I mean, I didn't like Ghostmaker from the start. The dude just, I don't know. I didn't like the way the character design, anything about it. But
apparently, he's going to be coming to the CW. Steve said last night.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Ghostmaker.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway,
Swamp Thing has been good. Steve White. I don't know about Green Lantern. I've never.
You want the Rom V Swamp Thing?
Yeah.
I need to go get
Mike Perkins' art on that book is just top shelf. It is amazing.
I need to get the Alan Moore Swamp Thing.
Yes, you do.
That's what I need to do. I wish I knew a comic shop that could like hook me up on like 90% off Absolute Edition.
Yeah, I wish you knew one of those too. 90% is a lot.
But I agree with the X-Men stuff because after we found out, okay, House and Powers is ending, and they're going to come out with 35 different new series.
I tried. I picked
one up. I didn't.
I tried
never
too,
picked them up.
And then they relaunched yesterday, or when
I knew
Wednesday?
I couldn't commit. And
it's not
a
relaunch; it's just a new team, and I'm like, what is going on?
This is where that voting came in that you were doing the videos on it. I'm not picking that up either. Like,
It is what it is. Some people are enjoying it, so I guess good for them. But I do like the fact they are for like the old school X-Men lovers doing X-Men Legends.
I will say that has been like a little time machine back to the early '90s.
Yeah.
Every
Makes you
issue,
feel
it's
good.
been great.
Makes you feel good. All right, so we did kind of get off topic, but we'll continue the news real quick.
Hold on. I have a question here that
Go
I'd
ahead.
like to actually answer. So, James, what about the designer? Man, look,
Didn't you like him?
I was the biggest advocate for the fact that the designer is not done. There's no way that they have this awesome character that he created, and this is just it. However, if you go to Ross Ritchie's YouTube channel and you watch the interview when he did an interview with James Tynion, I don't know if it was Ross's interview with, yeah, it was Ross's interview with James Tynion. James Tynion's original idea for the designer was awesome. It would have been so cool, but DC wouldn't let him do it. The designer was going to end up being Bruce Wayne. It was going to be awesome, and he goes into everything he wanted to do, and DC they said, nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to go that route. So we got what we got. So I was just like, there's no way the designer's done. Like, he's coming back, but he's not coming back. But his original idea for the designer, that would have been awesome. That would have been killer. I loved the design of the character, the mysteriousness of him. I mean, I really thought it was pretty cool. But the fact that he didn't get to use his original idea, that kind of sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
Now, you just said something about Alan Moore, Nick, and that made me think. Have you ever read Tom Strong or Promethea or Top 10 or any of those?
Mm-mm.
You're going to need to correct that.
I'm all about it, man. I'm reading like crazy right now.
I don't know where you find the time, bro.
Like midnight.
See, there's no way. If I'm not asleep by 9 o'clock, I
I'm
will
up
die
all
the next day.
night.
I will die the next day.
I mean, literally at 12:30 last night. That's when I started the Immortal Hulk.
Kachun,
no
you
way.
are so right. The designer needs to design some new pants for Ghostmaker because those big droopy drawers, diaper business he's got going on is not working.
It's like he stole some pants from Aladdin. Like that was one thing I hated about it. I don't
can show you the world.
He looks like a Moon Knight ripoff almost.
Yeah. You know what I think
I
we've
like
all realized is that indie comics right now, and I don't know if it's, I don't know why, but they're just, that's where it's at right now.
It goes in phases, man. And right now, this is absolutely one of them. Like 85 to 90, 91, 92, you had the X-Men going strong. You had Spider-Man going strong. You had Batman going strong. Superman going strong. But you also had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You had Predator. The Alien stuff back in the day was awesome. You had Valiant starting up in the early 90s with some really great books. Archer and Armstrong. It goes in waves. The indies kind of do this, and the big boys do the same.
Yeah.
It's just bad when the big boys drop down into a trough and the indies aren't picking up the slack, right? And when they're both down here, that's a bad time for the industry. But right now there's so many great comics out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's a little piece of information. I don't know if you guys have been. I don't know if you care because it's more of it affects the back end of comics more so than the front. But Lunar Distribution, who does DC books, they just acquired a bigger facility, a much bigger facility.
Really?
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, and then yesterday they announced that Ahoy Comics, yesterday or today, is now going to be distributed through Lunar as well. So you've got DC, Scout, and Ahoy, all three coming through Lunar.
Wow. Did not know
that means, how many companies does Diamond have an exclusive with?
Yeah.
They're losing folks that they have exclusive with. What does that do to their business?
I don't see them making it much longer.
They need to get their act together, I'll tell you. It's too late in many respects. I mean, the writing's already on the wall, but
it's done.
I think it's still salvageable, but they've got a lot of work to do to make it happen.
Who are you talking about? Exactly. I'm sorry. I was talking to my wife.
Basically, just Diamond
Comics.
Oh, Diamond, yeah.
So Ryan posed a pretty good question here, and I think he's probably pretty right. Do you think the current versions of the classics are really that bad, or are we just spoiled and burnt out on them? It's tough, right? Because I was sitting there looking, doing the previews, and I'm like, what are these books they're doing? It doesn't make any sense. And they're like, okay, yeah.
Honestly, I think
don't know.
right now they are that bad.
Really?
I'm not burnt out on them. I could read some good Spider-Man books. I love Spider-Man. I want to read Spider-Man and love Spider-Man. And Spider-Man right now is just unreadable for me. It's awful.
So let me ask you this. From a guy who's been in comic books, reading it for your entire life nearly, and owned a store for 2 decades, what do you think the problem is? Do you think it's the writers? Do you think it's the
Honestly,
editors
I think it's editorial.
You think that's what it is? They're trying to, and I guess I'm trying to, the whole Captain America thing that came up. I mean, do you think they're trying to just not focus?
I don't know why people are in such a hubbub about that. Captain America has always been, I'm true to the American dream, not to the government. Not to our government is flawed. Our government needs to change. The dream, the core concept of America is what I'm true to. And now he's questioning, what exactly is that dream? Is it for everybody? It should be for everybody. I have no problem with him questioning that. That's part of what makes him who he is. He's always got questions. I don't have any issue with it.
But I guess that was kind of a bad example. But I'm trying to think of how, what is going so wrong with their editorials?
Well, that's where I think they've got a problem. They don't have anybody who is really steering the ship, right? You got a whole lot of people who are taking care of their little thing over here, but you got to steer the ship as a whole. And right now they don't. It's all disconnected. Spider-Man is a case in point. X-Men is another case in point. They're just throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. And then they're not smart enough to say that sticks. Let's redirect and go that way. They just keep throwing more crap at the wall and hoping more stuff sticks. And it's disgusting. It's unreadable. I mean, I guarantee you, is Justin Birch actually reading all those X-Men books he's picking up? I bet he's not. I bet he's putting them in the bag and putting them in a box because they're not good. They're not good right now, and they should be. Hey, good night, Nosh, man. You are the bomb.
Yeah, have a good night, Nosh. Brian, what digital app do you guys use to read?
Yeah, I was about to pop that up, so I'm glad.
I use Marvel Unlimited, and I also use DC Infinite. I did a review on DC Infinite. If you want to check that out, I'm going to do one on Marvel. And then if you have any interest in manga, I know that's like a foreign word here, but Shonen Jump for $1.99, you literally could read for a lifetime. It's great. But yeah, that's what I use to read digital. And Comixology is good for a lot of the independent stuff too.
But I don't, to go back to our conversation, if they used to have these big summits where they get all the writers together in editorial and they pitch these ideas and they say, okay, what about this? What about that? I'm sure that they still do that. But have they put out anything good in a long time out of one of the core books? No. Fantastic Four has been relatively mediocre.
Yeah,
for a good bit. Spider-Man, for me right now, unreadable.
Yep.
X-Men, unreadable. These are things I would, but then you have X-Men Legends, right? Eminently readable. Great. Yeah. Love it. Show me more of this. You've got it here. Just put it in the limelight. Stop hiding it under a bushel. Stop sticking it in some weird little limited series someplace. Make that your main book. And instead of putting out 30 books, write one good one.
Yep.
You know what? You could sell 30 million copies of one really good book.
And not to hit on this point again, but literally, if you look at manga, one manga outsold the entire comic book industry because of how good that story is, right? Just one. The entire thing. And that's kind of where it's like that argument of like they would just focus on some really good stories. Like, as much crap as we give Venom and Donny Cates and some of his stuff has still been the best coming through Marvel. You know what I mean? It may have not finished the best, but part of me, after hearing him talk through some of these podcasts he's been on, I think that has to do with editorial, because this new book he's doing, you could tell he was excited because he doesn't have to be Disney-fied on things. And so part of me thinks that maybe he's being held back from that respect. But I haven't read a ton of his independent stuff to really be able to say, is he better when he's, unchained from Disney?
Yeah.
So, but then you look at like James Tynion, his best stuff is independent, and Batman was good until they went, to all this new stuff. So I don't know.
That was also his fault, though. So
Yeah.
he's still my dude, but
Did you guys see the announcement? Tom King kind of slid out today that he's going to be doing a Human Target book. Do you guys remember Human Target at all?
No, I don't even know who that is, but that sounds awesome.
He had a mainstream TV show for a bit, and it was actually a pretty darn good show. It's just a straight up human dude, man. He's not a superhero, no nothing. And he just like hires himself out as a bodyguard for people. And
It looks
it's
like
a pretty clever book.
Of it not too long ago. In 2000,
Do what?
2010, they did a relaunch of it.
Yeah. But the TV series was really good too. It didn't last terribly long, but it was good. It also had the guy who played Rorschach in the Watchmen movie was on that show, which was pretty cool to see. But that's the kind of book I think Tom King needs to be writing, because he can really take advantage of his CIA background and do all that. And I think that's going to be good. He just kind of slipped that announcement out today.
That is, I'm trying to pull it up. Human Target DC. That is very interesting. Huh. Is Mitch Gerard's going to be a part of it? I love
the little bit of cover art, or the little bit of art that he had for it. It sure looked like Mitch Gerard's style. So yeah,
I do like them as a team. Dustin, did you ever finish Mr. Miracle?
haven't read past the first issue still. I haven't had time, dude.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll get a weekend where I can just kind of hang around and just sit up here and read a little bit. But it seems like even when I get time where I could, like, something else needs to be done, or, we have something going on. So
yeah, that looks just like Mitch Gerard's. Let me share
one day.
And for all the grief that people give Tom King about the Batman wedding and stuff, that was not a Tom King thing. That was an editorial thing.
Yeah, and that's where, like, you really got to step back and, like, think, maybe the editorial staff for a lot of these places just suck.
Yeah.
So, but no, that'll be pretty cool.
Hey, James, don't worry about that, bro. We ain't even going to talk about that on here.
Oh, that's funny. So, and then real quick, we'll finish up the new stuff and go to the top 10. So Deadpool Samurai is officially going to be coming to North America this spring, 2022. This is fantastic, guys. Literally, it has him and All Might from My Hero Academia fighting Thanos, all kinds of stuff. So I'm pumped about that. And then the last thing is we're getting a Long Halloween sequel from Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. So this will be pretty neat. And I don't know if you've seen the movie or not, but they did just do it. I think it's a 2-part animated movie. So
oh, wow.
Yeah.
I need to check that out.
DC's animated movies are awesome.
Yeah.
They're the best part of DC. Absolutely. Like,
have you read that Deadpool manga?
No, because it's been in Japanese this whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't read Japanese?
No, I do not. But as soon as it's here, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I
know a place you can get it.
That's right. I also just bought the entire Pokemon Adventures box that Dustin has. I bought it while we were sitting here. I've just been staring at it, and there's only one left on Amazon at that price, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that's a good price for those.
Yeah, everywhere else is still like $60. Anyways, so that was the news. I know that was kind of quick. That was some good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Very thoughtful.
We don't have that kind of conversation when Justin's here.
No, and he wants to talk about being the white bread to our peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the dude hadn't even shown up and said hello and nothing.
I know, right? Just for that, you know what? I'm demoting him to the crust.
I told him he was more like the jelly. Hey, we're not done yet, Steve, but we're not done yet. But we still have the top 10 coming up next. I think we'll skip the manga minute.
I would have nothing to contribute to that.
Josh, I'm going to get Josh tomorrow. I'm going to get Josh starting reading manga. Watch this. It's gonna happen. But has Kaylee ever tried to get you to read it? She reads it, right?
She hasn't tried to get me to read manga. She has tried to get me to watch anime.
See,
I will get you to try to watch it.
I don't think I could watch it for sure. And honestly, like I don't think I'll go past these with reading it very much. But I just
I do.
This had a lot of nostalgia tied in for me. So that
But
was.
what did you say earlier? Even if it wasn't Pokemon, it was still a good story, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever. Let's go on.
Yeah, I don't know why they ended Adventure Man.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know why either. It was good. I do. Let's see. There are a couple other things. Any of you guys are you familiar with the artist Aaron Lopresti?
You've mentioned him several times. Yes,
He did that Swamp Thing commission I've got up on the wall of the store, right? He's done Wonder Woman Conan crossover that Gail Simone wrote. That was a fun story. He did the art on the DC book Damage. That was essentially the Hulk. He's done Swamp Thing. He's done a book called Sledge. He's good at monsters and that kind of stuff. He's also good at drawing like the bombshell kind of women. All artists are not as flexible and talented as he is.
Yeah.
But he did a story for DC years ago. It's one of those wackadoo things where DC gave the rights to Swamp Thing to Vertigo. And DC couldn't use Swamp Thing in their own universe anymore because he was strictly for Vertigo.
Yep.
So they looked at Aaron and said, hey, man, can you create us a Swamp Thing type character to use? And he was like, sure enough. So he created a character called Garbage Man. He looks very Swamp Thing-ish, which is exactly what they wanted. Well, then DC, they did a story with him, or a couple stories, and then DC got the rights to Swamp Thing back. And so they were like, oh, sorry, we don't need your guy anymore. We want Swamp Thing. Well, he just got the rights back to his character, Garbage Man. And so Dark Horse is reprinting. There you go. They are reprinting this as a trade. But he had to go in and cut like 20 pages of stuff where Batman and these other characters were in it. He had to cut them out and put new stuff in. So it's not an exact trade. But that's available. The Indiegogo campaign was a couple years ago. That's not happening anymore. It's coming out through Dark Horse now, which is pretty cool. But he's got a new book coming out on Indiegogo, and Dustin, I think you're going to like it. It's called Wraith of God. It's a idea he pitched to Marvel 25 years ago about the old Western Ghost Rider. And Marvel was like, yeah, we ain't got time for that.
Carter Slade.
Well, now he's doing it as his own book. And instead of Ghost Rider, it's this character he's created called Wraith. It's the Wraith of God. And it's this old Western dude who's hunting down werewolves and vampires and stuff in the Old West. And, dude, that book looks smoking.
Dude, that looks like Spawn. That looks like Cowboy Spawn or something there. That looks awesome. I love the horse. I'm definitely checking that out.
It's going up on Indiegogo right now. If you want to back it over there, they've got a retailer level I'm going to be backing it at. It hasn't dropped yet. It's in like the preview stage or what have you. But it's a super cool looking book, and I am very pumped for it.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, if that's not a Spawn wannabe, I don't know what is. I mean, I'm cool.
No, I can see the Western Ghost Rider look in it.
Yeah. I think it's the eyes that get me. And
well, that's the only thing you see, right? Because he doesn't have any eyes or no other features on his mask.
And then I guess his cape too definitely has that kind of Spawn feel. But
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger, there we go. Yep. A gunslinger. That's a cool. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm gonna tell you guys, Wraith of God instead of Wrath of God, right? And help him get over 1,000 subs, guys. He's at 945, and the man needs to hit 1,000. He's so close. He posts, and I tell you, if you guys want to like learn how to draw or watch a professional do it, he does videos all the freaking time where it's just him with a blank sheet of paper drawing commissions or what have you. Drawing them, inking them, coloring. it's phenomenal. I mean, you can see it. He posts videos all the time. Really, really phenomenal artist.
I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to support it on Indiegogo, Wraith of God looks amazing. If you want to pick it up at your local shop, make sure to tell them about it.
Yep.
Not all shops support a lot of books on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, those kind of things, because it's not always a very profitable thing for a shop to do. But I like to support artists and writers that I really believe in. And Aaron is a nice guy, and he's a phenomenal artist. And I think Wraith of God looks amazing.
That does look really cool. Yeah, that does look good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
My phone died. That hadn't happened since the last time ASM was hot. That's been a while.
So Justin took his shirt off. It got a little weird. And then Josh just mentioned Aaron Lepresti's Wraith of God Kickstarter that looks awesome. Or Indiegogo once it comes. Oh, let me go back. So this is what we were showing. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yep.
I actually like this. Too bad. Like, I wish I could still be on the screen, but even if I can't, this looks still a lot better than normal screen sharing.
Yeah, that'll be good for when we do our top 10.
Yep. Which I think it is time for the top. Josh, was there any other things?
No, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about those, because those are the kind of things that will fly under the radar pretty easily, and those are both really good things to take a look at.
Sorry, I was trying to read which little thing I'm about to click. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. And we're back. So somebody asked about Magic, so we can.
Oh God, why did you do that, Chris Barrett?
I got 3 decks right here.
You
I
need
got
to go out and take a lap around the building. Go run you some stadium stairs.
Abracadabra. Man, that was good.
That was an awesome magic trick.
I'm telling you guys.
Dustin, you do my kind of magic.
I won't lie, that was pretty funny, actually. Still hate you all.
Still hate
Pick a card. I choose Wheel.
Now,
oh, I see. Yeah.
Now look, 90% of you guys out there picked that card. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Ready?
All right. So top 10 tonight, guys. We just so you guys know, I put up on our community tab weekly. I usually put it up on Wednesdays. A poll for you guys to vote on the top 10. Now, if we're not doing a top 10 that week, obviously the poll won't be there. But the weeks we are doing a top 10, there will be a poll on our community tab where you can go and vote for what we're going to be ranking. We've had the past month or two, we've had top 10 non-key X-Men covers. We've had female covers. I added Miles Morales covers, and Hulk covers have been on there for about a month, and it has been in second place every single time. But this week, you guys finally got it. We are doing top 10 Incredible Hulk covers tonight. Now, that does not mean it has to be in the Incredible Hulk title. It could be an Incredible Hulk title that doesn't feature Hulk on the cover. But it's just, you know, whatever we want to try to throw in there. If we can weasel our way in there with a certain cover, as long as it fits the criteria of Incredible Hulk in one way or another, it is good to go. So
I'm glad of that, because I wasn't told any of these rules beforehand. I was just told top 10 Hulk covers.
That's right.
I interpreted that how I wanted to interpret that.
Exactly.
So I couldn't be bound by your rules. Did Nick make a list? He's making a list now.
He
Nick,
is.
you're on
muted.
mute, dude.
This rookie, man.
I keep forgetting about being muted. I wish it would like ding in my ear. Hey, idiot, you're muted. Yes, I made a list, Ryan, and we don't
Did
have
you
any
check
rules.
it twice?
No, but there's I could have made an entire list with nothing but strictly Alex Ross covers.
Well, that's certainly true. I'm not going to argue that.
So how do you guys want to do this? Do you just want to keep doing it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1, or do we want to? Okay. All right.
Why would we do it any other way?
I don't know. I didn't know if you guys had a better way. All right. So Josh, for your sake and being the guest tonight, you go first.
Number 10 for me is a bit of an oddball cover, not going to lie. But it's one of my favorites. just because there's so much going on this cover. And that would be Incredible Hulk number 417.
That is a weird one.
I'm telling you, if you know what's happening here, Rick
It's
Jones
a
is
bachelor
getting
party.
right. Rick Jones is getting married. They brought a stag film there, and what you find out in the book, spoiler alert for this 25-year-old comic, the person on the film that they're watching is the person that Rick Jones is about to marry, and when they see it in the movie is when they discover it. So look at their faces, look what's going on, look at all the little things happening. I mean, look at Johnny Storm doing a spit take on Iron Man's head. There's so much happening here. It's so funny.
Dustin, are you going to be the guy keeping the list?
Ooh, yeah. Give me 1 second.
Ooh, responsibility.
I'm putting my list in the private chat for you real quick.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
All right. While you're doing that.
But that cover, it's a super weird cover, but it's just one of those ones that it's stuck in my memory. Look at the way Captain America's covering up his face, but he's still looking, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, no, I can't look.
Hulk looks so weird there. Is that Smart Hulk?
Yeah, that's Gary Frank's run on Hulk, Peter David and Gary Frank, and yeah, that's Smart Hulk.
Gotcha.
We can see your screen.
That's fine. So mine is
I
Captain
almost
America
put
110.
this one on the list. It's such a great cover.
One of us has a signed Steranko copy of that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who, but
It ain't me.
All right, Dustin. So keep the list.
hold on, I'm getting ready right now.
Toadman said, "Ooh, no tears."
Well, no, it's a terrible cover, but it's memorable. I mean, you're not going to forget it.
That's the first Silver Age appearance of Bucky, too.
Well, Bucky's dead.
All right, what was Josh's?
Captain America, Incredible Hulk number 417.
Yep.
I know it's not going to make the final list, but it's just one of those oddball ones that I always liked.
Yep. And then Dustin, yours?
It's in the private chat. I chose Red Hulk. First appearance of Red Hulk.
Oh, heck no.
What?
No. Couple things going on. One, Red Hulk. Ugh.
I love his nipples, though.
Two,
come on, man. It's Thunderbolt Ross, bro.
Ed McGuinness. Everybody he draws looks like they're just like made up, full of balloons. I don't like Ed McGuinness's art style, and I hate Red Hulk.
All right, Dustin. Or actually, next one is Josh's, and I'm actually know exactly which one this is, and this one is. I mean, it's a really sick story. I don't know if you guys have ever read this, but it's crazy.
Well, my next one is Defenders number 10.
Oh, snap. My bad. I skipped ahead.
Way to go, Nick. You suck.
My bad.
You didn't even give a spoiler alert.
My bad. Josh, go ahead.
It's Hulk. First of all, the Defenders was like one of the most. It was a book that should have been a lot more popular than it was. A lot of good stuff. A really interesting team. This cover with Hulk going toe to toe with Thor is just one of the all-time greats. Fantastic cover. Always have liked this one.
Yeah, this is a good one. I almost put it on mine, but just something about his. You know what? To be honest with you, a lot of the early Hulk stuff was so. I just don't think they drew Hulk very good.
Well, Hulk looks very different depending on who draws him and what the guidelines are at any given time.
For sure.
Yeah, that's just how Hulk looked in the 70s, and that's all there is to it.
I almost put that one on my list. It was very close to making it.
Well, my number 9 is Hulk 181.
Not even on my list.
Me either.
Are y'all serious?
I like 180 better.
No, dude, that is an iconic What's up, Hidden Gem Comics?
And as I've said many times, and I think this should be a T-shirt, iconic does not mean there's a great cover.
It is a great cover. Like, I legitimately think this is a very good cover.
Jim Liefeld's Captain America chest cover is iconic. That doesn't remove.
But I don't like it. I do legit think this one's good. I really do.
Toadman's giving me grief for jumping on you about your Red Hulk.
I think
He's
Wendigo.
Right.
Wendigo is definitely not done justice on this cover at all.
Wendigo, I 100% agree with that.
Wendigo is a whole beast out here, and they made him look like a regular dude.
This is a cool cover too.
I love Hulk 180's cover.
Yeah, but 181's cooler.
You know, Wolverine's not on the cover of his first appearance, so what? Big deal. The cover's still good. And I actually really enjoyed that story too.
Yeah, it was a good story.
It is a good story, which is part of the reason why I think it stuck. You know, it hung around.
All right, this is a good one. I didn't think about.
I like this one. You know, Hulk and Silver Surfer. This is not the only Hulk and Silver Surfer cover that will be on my list. Al Milgrom, is that his name?
Yeah.
I thought that this is a cover. You know, you see it when you're digging through the long boxes. It's never expensive, but it's one that you definitely, when you're flipping and you flip past it, you're like, oh man, what was that?
Eye. Yep.
And you look and you're like, man, that is so cool.
You know, this one side by side with Silver Surfer #4 would be great.
Yeah,
because that Silver Surfer #4 is one of my all-time favorite covers. Period.
Oh, 100%. I definitely want to own that book one time.
Just once?
Yep.
Just uno mas?
There you go, Hidden Gems. You got one to take a look at.
Got to get that one for sure. It's a very inexpensive book, but it's an awesome one.
I don't think we included She-Hulk, but I guess technically she could have been.
I thought about it. I didn't, but I thought about it.
I don't know. It depends. Did I put on...
You just said Hulk.
Did I just say Hulk in the poll?
Yep. And technically Thunderbolt Ross is not the same Hulk that, you know...
yeah, I just said Hulk covers. I didn't say Incredible Hulk. So...
Yeah. So
I like the Surfer's just blasting him right in the freaking chest, and you know Hulk is still coming at him.
Oh, it's just going to make him mad.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. All right, and then the next one. So
issue is number 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever read this one?
Oh yeah.
I mean, legit rips dude in half. It was sick.
Yep.
Now, do you talk about this one or this one?
Well, this is the trade.
Oh, is that the trade? Okay.
But that art on that cover is from the interior of the book.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Look at that.
he you know, Wolverine is all like, yeah, dude, I'm adamantium, you can't break me. And Hulk said, yeah, well, your joints aren't adamantium, just your bones. And he rips them in half, and he throws one half way the heck over there, and the other half way the heck over there. And so Wolverine has to like crawl like 18 miles from where he is with his guts all hanging out to where his legs are.
That's right, Ryan. It is very similar to 181.
Well, I want to go read this now.
Oh, dude, you will love it. It was a part of my series where I did some of the most messed up things the Hulk has ever done.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you putting that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great story. The problem with that story ran into is that what's his face, the guy writing it, Damon Lindelof, the writer for Lost and all that. He was super slow between issues, and there were massive delays followed by massive delays, and so that book was just way late, and it lost a lot of readers because of it.
Yeah. All right, here's my number 8, the Immortal Hulk, number 39 from Alex Ross.
I almost put that on there. It's a great cover.
Yeah, you got World War Hulk on there,
and then you have Professor Hulk. You have Maestro in the back. I believe that's the original Hulk.
Planet Hulk is definitely my favorite. I read that omnibus in about 4 days, and that is still one of my favorite reads.
No, you did not. Comics and Death Metal.
Yeah,
Oops.
this is a good one. Yeah, and I would love to own this. I really hate I missed out on these Ross covers from the Immortal Hulk run. Oh well.
That's what happens when you suck, man.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. All right.
It's such a good book. And part of that is because they've been consistent with the covers, right? Joe Bennett doing the art has been very consistent with the way he's done his covers.
Yeah.
But the Alex Ross covers have also been very consistent, and that helps sell a book.
Yep.
That's an awesome cover there.
Yeah, that's the Mike Deodato Jr. cover. I just was like, that is the epitome of Hulk right there. Just he's smashing. That's I mean, you know, and I love the way that they threw the header in there too.
Yep.
The way that they did that. I mean, yeah, Hulk looks a little crazy, like the face. I'm not real super pleased with, but
Hey!
everything else. Oh, that's cool. Right on.
I just did that in OBS. I just had an epiphany.
If I wish that the face was done a little differently, but outside of that, I mean, the rest of this cover is awesome. I love it.
Y'all can see me now.
His biceps look like they're about literally 4 feet wide.
Thanks, dude. I've been working out again.
Yeah, those are not biceps because bicep means 2, right? You got 2
Right.
muscles there. He's got like 87 muscles there.
Yeah. So definitely like that one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a strong contender. I love Mike Deodato Jr.'s art. He started in the 90s. Well, he was around before that, but in the 90s, he was doing the art on Wonder Woman, and it was very much that 80s, 90s era of the way that you draw women in comics.
Okay.
Just like Jim Balint was doing on Catwoman, and his art was really, really good. And then he switched to this more photorealistic kind of style that he's been using lately. Mike Deodato Jr., one of my favorite comic book artists on the planet right now. The dude is amazing.
Right on.
Yeah,
I like his name, Deodato.
Hulk 102 is a phenomenal cover. It's got so much going on there.
It's his transformation and his big
Yeah.
premiere issue.
Well, right. That's when the title changed back to the Incredible Hulk. It was tough between this one and 105 because I love 105. But this one was just showing that transformation. I thought was really well done, and I totally dig it.
You know what's funny about
I just picked
this?
this up recently for my kid because my son is
Can't read that, Nick.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Look what my number 7 is.
Yep.
Same Hulk 102. And I think we... Nope, we don't have the same number 6. But this is my number 7 as well, Dustin.
All right. And my number 7, we've already seen it. Steranko Cap 110. No need to show that again. We've already seen that one.
I'll just do it real quick.
Y'all have seen it in every video that I can squeeze it into on the channel to show it off. Got that.
How big Hulk is in that one.
That was the main
Right.
thing I wanted to talk about was showing the dimensions and how the size difference and how much astronomically bigger he is than the. I mean, look at Bucky. I mean, he barely goes up to his knee.
Yeah, that's more Immortal Hulk size dimensions there.
Nowhere Bound, what's up? Marie Severin did some great old school stuff. I have
Yes,
Marie
she
Severin
did.
covers on my list. I have plenty of Marie Severin stuff that I really, really love.
Yep. All right, Josh, your number 6.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love a good Hulk versus cover, and Hulk
Yeah.
versus Thing has always been one of the absolute best comics. And Fantastic Four number 112, where they face off again. That black cover, and they're so stark the way they come off the page. Fantastic work. This is one of my favorite Hulk covers of all time.
And
Yep.
what I will say is the MCU is a true failure if we do not get to see Hulk versus Thing in the MCU at some point.
This made my list of books I regret not holding on to and selling because I had a copy of this and
Now you don't.
now I don't.
I had a 9.2 of this up on the wall at the store, and I regret selling it.
Yeah, I think mine ended up being like a 7.5 or a 7.0. Oh, good one, Nick.
Man, yeah, Foom. That's such a classic cover.
Good one.
Suck
Steranko,
it.
Steranko's
Suck it.
amazing.
I picked this one. I want to buy this, Josh. How much do you think these are worth? Are they expensive?
Well, considering people
A
think
ton.
because people think that's the first appearance of Wolverine because there's a friggin' ad or something, and those don't count.
No, it's like a It's not an
It's a
ad. Like a
what do they
It's an
call that?
article.
It's a prototype.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Yeah, that's not freaking Wolverine. Get out of here.
Boop. There it is.
Prototypes
Whoop,
and ads
there
don't
it
count
is.
if there's no canon or story involved. Doesn't count. So everybody banking on that Miles Morales previews. Get out of here with that crap.
Well, that's not too bad.
I mean,
If
collect
I
your
got
way.
PayPal credit, that's only $44 a month.
Such a great cover, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
Now,
move on.
I forget which issue it is, but the Captain America Foom cover, I would love to have that one. That is a fantastic cover.
Dustin, I cannot believe you picked this one.
Look, I was running low.
Like I mean, yeah,
It's on my
iconic.
list.
He's not even. He's literally maybe a 5% of this book.
It's an Incredible Hulk book, though.
I guess.
And it's not how much of him's on the cover. It's that he's on the cover and where he is and how he is. That's a phenomenal cover. I've always loved this one.
I didn't want to put it too high.
They did not make mine.
But yeah, absolutely an awesome cover for sure. Nick is what the kids call salty when it comes to this cover. So,
oh, you know what? I am a little mad, but I did get that Mickey Mouse book that I thought was going to just skyrocket and hold on to forever, and then that 9.6 with the McFarlane signature would probably sell for like $3,000.
mm-hmm.
Stupid. Izzy Comics got me.
I'll trade you this 9.6 Mickey Mouse comic for your 9.8.
And about $4,000.
Or some manga.
Is it really worth that much now?
No, I just will never get rid of it.
Why do you want to get rid of it?
I said I won't. That's why I said $4,000.
I thought you said I just want to get rid of it. Yeah,
No.
Foom 8, Chris. That's right. Yeah, I love that cap cover. That's definitely one I need to grab. I had one. I won it on a Facebook auction and completely forgot about it. And when the guy messaged me, it went to like the requests folder. And a month later, I saw he had messaged me about it. And then he asked me to please never bid on his auctions again. And I was like,
the one on the far left there, Nick.
fair enough, guy. My bad.
That right there.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That story.
I've seen that this week pop up somewhere on Instagram. And I was like, that is awesome.
The way episode or issue number 7 ended was freakish.
Yeah.
And then this is the cover for number 8 is dismembered Hulk and all these pieces in jars. You've got to be kidding me. Wait till you get there, Nick.
Yeah. I'll probably get there tonight.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. But yeah, that's just a unique cover, man. That's
to astonish Nick. My bad. Yeah, I love that cover. When I saw it this week, I was like, I definitely dig that. And if it has to do with the story inside, I definitely would love to read it.
Yeah, you should try reading it on the app, Dustin. So, Dustin, we both at number 5 have TOA 93.
Yeah, I mean, again, you got Hulk, Silver Surfer. I mean, it's just a cool cover, man. It's just
this
a cool
one.
cover.
I was this close to having that one on my list.
Nick, you got to click on the actual actual comic because the digital art looks like I don't like the digital. There you go. Click on that comic right there.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the actual comic art. It looks so much better.
It does.
Picked this up from Jeremy at Huntsville this year. He cut me an awesome deal on it, and I was so happy to have that because my kid loves Hulk, and I'm putting him a little Hulk collection together, and he loved it.
So that was both mine and your number 6, Dustin, or number 5. I'm sorry. So number 4 for Josh was Incredible Hulk 340.
Yep.
Lame.
Yep. I always liked that cover.
It's a wonderful cover. I do want to sometimes just like pet the middle of Wolverine's head and feel like where his hair goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just it's so silky smooth.
It is. Yeah.
Would you like me to make you silky smooth?
All right, this one's mine. This is
Yep. I'm gonna say, which one are you going with? You're going with the homage to
Yep.
Hulk 105. Yeah.
I
beautiful.
almost put 105.
Beautiful.
Yeah. This is a phenomenal homage to 105.
The more I look at it, the more I'm like, I wish I could get this without the trade on it.
They do make it, or they did at least. They had a poster of it that didn't have the trade dress on it.
Virgin, not virgin.
Nah, they don't have a virgin, I bet, dude.
Oh well, no big deal.
The next one, I didn't even notice until just now that I put an issue number 4 at spot number 4. But this is one of my favorite all-time Hulk
This
covers.
is lame.
It shows the power of the Incredible Hulk. The story
Yep.
in this, where Molecule Man just was about to absolutely cream all of these guys and drops an entire mountain range on top of these guys. And the Incredible Hulk stands there for a long time holding this up. I love this cover. Absolutely love this cover. I think it's underrated as you can get. I mean, the amount of art that you get of the superheroes there, it's very small, but it captures such a big story, and really, really showing that what the Hulk can do is just, it's incredible. It's awesome. No pun.
100% agree. Did
So,
Nick
yeah,
just
Nick-
have a heart attack?
No, sorry, I was checking
Oh.
something. I
Holler
just
about
remembered.
lame with all your Alex Ross covers.
Lame. All right, my next one. Hold on. Are we on Josh?
Yep, we're on number 3.
My toe is killing me.
You want me to step on it so you don't think about it?
Ow. Broke my other toe.
Yeah, the one on the far left there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That with Hulk chucking that tank, I have always loved that cover.
Hey,
That's,
that would be cool. That would be cool if it got a bump.
What?
It's kind of like a different angle of the classic Superman cover where he's throwing the car or picking the car. This is the same idea, but it's a tank and he's turned so you're seeing him from the front. That's just a phenomenal cover.
Yeah, that is a great cover.
So let's look at this one Toadman X is talking about. He says Hulk 354.
Oh, that is a
hideous
terrible cover.
ever.
Well, I don't think it's the worst. There are worse,
Oh yeah,
but that one's pretty bad.
I'm not a fan of this style of Hulk. Even some of McFarlane's Hulk was pretty rough.
I think Hulk is just tough to draw.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like, just from, I mean, he's already naturally terribly ugly.
James says Hulk 299.
Ooh, are you saying? Excuse me. Are you saying this is
Oh.
good or awful?
Yeah, he said earlier that's his favorite, I think. With
Oh, I see. So I guess
Doctor
Doctor Strange is putting up like a barrier. That is pretty neat.
he's like busting through it. That's pretty cool. 272. Breedlove says is his favorite because he loves that older art style. Oh, right on. See, that's a good cover featuring
Wendigo
Wendigo.
and Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And I think
see
Hulk
there.
actually looks good here.
Yeah, and you see Wendigo is like, that's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
So Hulk picked up the forest and dropped it on him. That was so cool.
Defenders 82. Oh man, I'm about to fall out on the floor. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Another Doctor Strange cover.
Yeah, somebody's a fan of Doctor Strange.
B. Raimi definitely
True that.
was the one that dropped the Doc Strange cover for sure. I like
All
that.
right, what number are we on?
15. That's neat. Look at that.
Are we down to number 3?
We're on
I think
number
so.
3, and we need Nick's pick and then my pick. We already got Justin or
All right.
Josh's. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, I got my World War Hulk 3 there.
So Honestly, I'm still like my top 3 are my 3 favorite ever. But I always had this at number 1, and then I changed it. But
Even these Alex Ross covers.
tell me that's not absolutely glorious. That's an homage and a homage to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus. And I looked, and this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And they're like $150 raw, 200 and like how much is this one? Probably something stupid. Oh, that's not terrible. 220 and a 90. It's not bad.
Buy it now live.
No, I'm trying not to die. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I fell in love with
Don't
this
encourage
cover.
him, Dustin. He's got a big order at the store.
I'm telling you, I'm not looking forward to that. I still get my discount right on Spawn.
Yeah,
What was that, like 35% now?
so somewhere in there.
I'm totally dusting in you right now because I'm nervous
aware.
about what's gonna happen.
You're not good at it though, Nick.
It
He's
kind
gonna
of makes
respect
it.
me.
It kind of makes it adorable, Dustin.
Dustin's
Right.
gonna be like, no. I'm gonna be like, all right, whatever. Yeah, buy it now. No, not happening. You're out of your mind, Chris Barrett. I love this cover. I
It's not
stared
a
at it for
ripoff.
20 minutes
It's a
earlier.
purposeful homage.
I love it. God, it's beautiful. Alex Ross is
That,
a
or
grown
he
man.
might be talking about that ASM 238 because he was talking about that in the comment before.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
He said that's the worst Hulk cover ever.
All right. Dustin.
Mine was Fantastic Four issue 112, Hulk versus the Thing. Let's look
All
up
right.
that ASM 328 instead of the Fantastic Four 112.
Since we already looked that one up.
Oh, I actually like this one.
No, I'm not a fan. Like
I
this,
had this, and I think I gave it to your
like
son.
like this. No, not this one.
You sure?
Yeah. This whole style of the Hulk, the way that McFarlane did, I wasn't a fan of.
I like this one. He's punching Hulk in the groin.
Well,
I don't know.
Whatever. Y'all suck. I like this one. All right. My number 2 was FF12.
What about Josh's number 2?
Oh, Hulk king size. Okay, let's pull it up.
who does number 2 work for?
And
Oh yeah,
For sure.
baby. Just that. Yes, sir. Look.
Yep.
There it is, right there on the wall, just right
Nope.
there.
And then Dustin, your number 2 was Hulk number 1.
Kirby, baby.
All right, which is very similar
Nothing
to
wrong
my
with
number
that.
3.
Nothing wrong.
And
with
then my
It's
number
not similar, Nick. Mine is done by the greatest comic book artist of all time, and yours was done by a watercolor paint by number guy.
that. Harsh.
Wow, that has to be that's way worse than me like making fun of Captain America. Alex Ross is a saint.
And Steve Rogers isn't. I mean, there was
No.
that one time, but still.
No. Good night. All right, so my number 1 was Hulk. Oh, it was the King
What was
size
your number
special.
2?
Number 2.
FF 112. Already said that.
Oh, okay.
And then Josh's number 1. Watch it be. Oh, it is. It is exactly
I
what I
love
was
this
about to
cover.
say.
Love this cover.
It was exactly what I was about to goof and say, but it is. That is awesome.
Yeah, Nick,
Uh,
talk that smack now.
Well, I was just gonna-
Dale
this is the better
Keown
version.
had such a phenomenal. His run on that character was fantastic, and that cover just sums it up, man. It's a fantastic cover. I've always loved it. It exudes what it means to be the Hulk.
Anything that exudes anything like the Hulk is a good thing to be reading.
I mean, dude, I
Because
bought
you
a
get the
page of
exude.
original Dale Keown Hulk art, and it's up on the wall at the store now,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes me very happy.
Good. I have Kanto on my wall.
As well, you should.
About to have a whole bunch of manga too. You know what I'm saying? All right, did I cover everybody's?
What's your number 2 or your number 1?
Hulk king size special.
Okay, and that was also mine.
So there we go. So if we
So I
rank
think we
these,
know which one's number 1.
yep. So if we rank these, Hulk king size special, Fantastic Four 112.
Yep.
All of my Alex Ross picks, and then you guys can do the rest.
I don't think that's accurate.
You cannot tell me that Alex Ross number 20, the homage to number 1, that has to be somewhere. I will leave and end the whole stream.
We'll give you the number 8 pick or something like that, Nick. I don't know, but
Yeah, because Dustin gets number 7.
so yeah, king size definitely number 1.
I'm totally on board with that.
FF 112, I think definitely hits number 2. Josh, did you have 340 on your list?
I did.
Okay, you
I
had
had it at number 4, and you had it at number 6, I think.
Okay, so Nick and I both had Cap 110. His was at number 10. Mine was at number 7.
Didn't you and I both have? No, you didn't have Defenders 10. You just almost did.
Yeah, I almost put that on there.
right. This is what the list looks like so far.
For number
We all had.
3,
Do we all have TOA?
me and you both had it at number 5, so I would say that's probably we'll put that at number 5.
Yep.
What about Hulk 340? You and Josh both had that one, and then Cap 110.
Josh had it at 4. I had it at 6. Let's put Tales to Astonish at 4 and put
Agreed.
340 at 5.
I think that's right.
I'd like to see that Foom cover hit the list.
I think it should too, because I didn't have it on there completely as an oversight, and it definitely needs to be on this list.
Yeah. Who drew that one? Was that Steranko?
Yeah, Fuma Steranko.
Steranko, man. I got so much Steranko love in here. Like when I look around, I mean, just the stuff that is hanging up in issues I own just for cover art. After Kirby, I mean, just by the laws of physics, I guess Steranko is my absolute second favorite cover artist.
He does some amazing work.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I like what was that one Josh did that was really
Ultimate
cool?
Hulk versus Wolverine number 1.
Was it that one or
World War Hulk number 3?
He did the World War Hulk.
Number 3. Yep.
You know what? 102. I could see. I think
I have that
102.
number 6.
You do?
Yep.
This is what I have so far. King size special, FF12 Foom number 2. Because we all agreed that Nick was very smart with that pick. TOA 93, Hulk 340, Hulk 102, Dustin's number 7 spot. I just put Cap 110 just for a holding spot. Number 8, the Immortal Hulk, number 20 Ross cover.
You know what? For number 7, I want to put my Secret Wars 4.
Okay.
I'm totally on board with that. Although two of you had the Cap 110, right?
Yeah, so we could put that at number 8 or 9 or 10.
I'd make that number 8.
Yeah, move that.
Oh, no. I get number 8.
Dude, there's no way Alex Ross goes above freaking a Steranko cover.
Yes, sir.
What about let's see, Josh did Immortal Hulk number 8. What was that one?
That's all the Hulk bits in the jars.
That one was pretty cool.
I also like the World War Hulk number 3, the homage to Action 1.
Yeah. What was the Hulk 417?
That was the goofy one of the bachelor party. It's just worth looking
right,
at.
That's right.
I don't think it's one of the 10 best covers ever, but it's one of the most memorable for me, and I've always enjoyed it.
So we'll let Josh pick. You want to do Defenders 10, Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine, Immortal Hulk 8, or Hulk 377, or the World War Hulk 3 for 10.
You know, I think Hulk 377 has to be on here. That's
right.
a cover that you see, and that's and plus it's Dale Keown doing some phenomenal work.
I know,
Well, there you have it, guys.
I think that's a legit list.
Yeah, I hate that my that Incredible Hulk 64. Like I almost put that at my number 7 where he's smashing the ground.
Yep.
But Secret Wars 4, man, that's so awesome. And just
it was such a moment in comics too, right? Because you're like, and the cover sells you that book.
Yeah, I mean,
you might not have picked up any other Secret Wars book, but you see that cover and you're like, what is happening here? I got to read it.
Yeah, and how often do we see a comic with awesome artwork that has on the cover that has nothing to do with the story? So to get one where it literally basically gave you almost a spoiler of what was inside, and that visual was awesome.
Now the
Mama's awesome.
Speaking of which, yeah, the Hulk 417, the lead into the wedding issue with Rick Jones. Have you guys ever read that series or read those books?
No.
At the next issue, the wedding, right? Rick Jones is one of those weird Marvel characters that's been everybody, and he's been the sidekick to everybody, and he's just been around forever, right? So everyone came to his wedding. So the wedding was a big, big deal. And after the wedding, you see this character. You never see the character's face, but you can kind of see their clothes and such. And the character walks up and hands his now wife a silver box. And she's like, what is this? And the character turns and walks away. And she opens the box, and in it's a hairbrush. It's the silver-handled hairbrush. And the whole thing is a giant visual joke because the character that you never saw the face for was Death from Vertigo's Death, the High Cost of Living in the Sandman series. It was the character of Death. So she just had a brush with Death.
Oh.
It was this big joke that Peter David wrote into that was this total visual joke. Really bizarre. But yeah, that was one of those little jokes. I mean, I've remembered that for 25 years now. That's been stuck in my head.
It's amazing to me the stuff you're able to remember from comic books.
Well, those kind of moments grab you. You're like, and it just lodges itself in there. So I'll be in the old folks' home one day talking to somebody about Rick Jones's wife's brush with death, and they're going to think something totally different.
Guys, we're getting ready to do the super chat giveaway. So you see the ticker going across the bottom.
King Beans, you got a shot tonight. There's very small numbers.
Yeah, literally, there's only Perry and Mountain Air.
Yeah, right now there's only 2. So
if you're ever going to win this, King Bean, tonight is your night. You got to put in, bro.
So we'll wait like 120 seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw.
It seems like a lot of seconds.
Spin that wheel. I like this. I like actually like this is starting to. If we could get it to where Dustin, we could see what each other's doing. It's getting good.
Yeah.
So
that
Toad
Mountain Air is liking his odds.
So basically, they are basically like a mystery. I know it's pink. I ordered some. What are these things called again?
The mailers. Yeah.
And they sent like these, so I'm using them. Whatever. So they will show up pink, but they're pre-made mystery boxes. There's, I believe, 5 total comics in here, 616, and some other stuff. But
yeah, a lot of most of the time it's going to be a lot of exclusives for 616.
And some of them have popped off, like that Department of Truth we did one time. It was like a $200 comic. So you know what I'm saying? That's Josh, hey. Did you ever get your G.I. Joe comics that I gave you from the 616?
Yes, I did.
Good.
And those were very nice.
I just remembered.
Very nice indeed.
Speaking of which, Larry, I still have yet for him to like send me. Yes, Mountain Air, I did get it, and I'm gonna get those shipped out tomorrow.
What do you need from Larry?
So I've yet to get like an invoice from pressing and stuff. I mean, obviously, I don't want it tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be a big hit. But and I don't know. I sent a couple of TMNT books out there to get pressed and sent off to CGC. Have you heard about that last shipment or?
Man, I've still got books out at CGC from December 5th.
No, I know. I just didn't know if like he ever updates you and it's like, oh hey, by the way.
He does, but there has been nothing. I check with him every other week or so, and I'm like, "You heard anything?" He's like, "Crickets." Got nothing. There, you got a couple more people added there.
About to pop up, Dustin hit himself in the face.
Chris says, I mean, one of them is Perry. Can we just say Mountain Animal?
Okay, I didn't see anything. I'm hearing it, but I'm not seeing it.
I don't know why it's not popping up. Toad Man,
Mountain.
thank you.
And Nowhere Bound, thank you. We appreciate that so much.
Hey, Toad, I tell you what, I will make you a very nice spray foam container, and I will do it the right way, and you'll love it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
Were you the person, Toad? Were you the guy that was like, if I got, because somebody commented and they were straight up, they're like, if that shows up at my house, I'd be pissed.
Kyle, what's up, bro? Good to see you,
what
man.
up, Kyle?
We are wrapping it up.
The man. Yeah, he was on our quiz show last night for a good while, hanging out with us. That was awesome.
Thank you, Nowhere Bound. We do appreciate it, man.
All right, Nick. Well, I think that's been long enough. He said, yes, that was him. Appreciate all you guys for the super chats. Thanks for everybody hanging out.
You had me self-conscious, dude.
Hope you guys have all hit the like button by now. That always helps out, definitely, with the algorithm and stuff like that. So,
look, he brought up the wooden box. So, Josh, I don't know if you ever saw this, but we bought this guy.
I saw the wooden box.
Did you see it? And he couldn't open it.
Yeah.
When I say, I just put the smallest bit of hot glue, like not even, barely a pen tip on this thing, and they couldn't pop it open. And I felt terrible, but I didn't want it to like the box to pop open and the book come out and get damaged. But it was supposed to be like an unboxing experience because he never does them, and just
it was an experience. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know.
Kyle. We just pranked him.
We couldn't do it tomorrow because I have a wedding to go to. Justin had a wedding to go to, and we wanted Josh to come hang out tonight, so we had to swap it over to Friday.
Heck yeah.
Next week we'll be back on Saturday.
Now that his proposal's done.
Oh my god, that was murder. But speaking of, while we're watching the wheel spin, anybody seen Black Widow yet?
Mm-mm.
It's a good movie.
Is it?
It's not top 5 or anything, but it's good. It's a solid movie.
So I know,
just would have been better had it come out chronologically.
So obviously there's a change, and we don't want to spoil, but just thumbs up or thumbs down if you thought the change was okay. And I don't mean change in terms of. We can talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Just real quick, because I know it's already almost midnight and we all need to go. All right, let's shuffle truffle. Dustin, do the truffle shuffle.
Oh, dude, yeah, do it, man.
No, you don't even know what the truffle shuffle is, do you?
That's more like the mashed potato, but.
All right, ready? Click to spin. If anything else comes in after this, it'll go next week. Ooh. All right, so Mountain Air picked him up a second one.
Right on. There we go.
So
there we go. Hey, we
Mountain
appreciate
Air is
all
also
you
one
guys.
of the new members.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations. One of us. One of us.
He didn't join tonight. He joined like a week or two. I guess it's been about almost maybe a month now.
Well, it's never too late to be one of us.
All fantastic.
Right.
So again, we're going to be giving out the sticker. Those are finally going to be shipping out because those showed up, as well as that. Now, Mountain Air, if for whatever reason, because these are randomized, but if for whatever reason you get these and they have duplicate books in them, like maybe you have one of each, just let me know, and I want to make sure you get like 10 individual separate books, if that makes sense. But anyways, guys, we appreciate it. Tonight was really fun.
That was fun. I appreciate you guys having me on.
I enjoyed it. We had some deep conversation about the philosophy of comic books. I bought manga while we were sitting here. We did some cool giveaways.
I purchased my set in the middle of a show too.
Yeah, I've literally just sat there and been staring at it. I'm like, I got to get it. And now
I just paid attention the whole time and didn't buy anything.
Yeah, me too.
And now I got to find a way to tomorrow to get Josh to let me drop some of my pool stuff or my pool list stuff so I can buy some.
You know
manga
how
from
hard
him.
it is to do? You just say, "Hey, I don't want that book anymore."
Well, now
and we
I
take it off.
just need Justin to stop putting everything in my dang pool after I take it out.
That we need to work on because he needs to.
I've been buying Batman since 106 when it's been off my pool, or I've had Batman off my pool since 105, 106, and it's been in there every single time since.
Dude, no.
But that's hey.
I've been doing the same thing with John with Darth Vader. I think the last issue I pulled it off at was after he fought the bounty hunter guy.
Justin was missed.
And it keeps showing up in my box. So I'm like, okay, like I pulled this off my pull list like 6 months ago, but
so I'm gonna get Josh to read Deadpool Samurai. It's gonna happen. He's gonna read some manga.
I don't like Deadpool under normal circumstances.
So I've read some previews where people have converted it to English previously. It's gonna be awesome. I really do think we're gonna get an awesome version of Deadpool. And it looks really good. Have you guys looked at any previews of it?
Mm-mm. No, but I probably will. Just not tonight. I'm about to pass out.
I'm just going to show you some images real quick, and then we'll leave. It won't take but a second.
Justin's about to pass out now.
So this is Deadpool and All Might.
Yep, it sure is.
I love All Might.
What's an All Might?
He is the... I can never pronounce the word right, but the titular character from My Hero Academia.
Yep.
So,
well, he's not the titular character because his name is not My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I guess that is true. He's one of the main guys.
He's the protagonist.
So it's all about him and Deadpool?
No, not him and Deadpool. Basically, the premise of this, Deadpool goes to Japan and he teams up with a ton of anime characters, and they go through all of like the Shonen Jump comic tropes is kind of what they do. But they also fight Thanos. So,
dude, you're driving down to Memphis. That's about right about 4 hours from us. It should be less, but there's not a quick and easy way to get there.
Yeah, it is really weird.
But Memphis is a great town. Get some barbecue. Go to Gus's Fried Chicken. Go to Gus's world famous fried chicken. If you want your chicken with a little bit of kick,
Gus's Fried Chicken.
It's spicy. It's got a little kick to it. But yeah, get you some Gus's chicken.
Well, all right, guys. We do appreciate you guys. Go check out Haven Comics. It's on the YouTubes. Yeah.
Or come and meet us in Meat Space.
What's that?
Meat Space?
Yeah, what's a meat space?
That's the real world where people are made out of meat.
Gotcha. Yeah, the best comic book shop in all of Huntsville and Madison.
Well, it's the only one you can see from the road.
Got him. Guys, you're the best part of Two Blokes Comics. I do need to get...
And also a big shout out to my comic shop, Syndicate Comics and Collectibles.
Dude, that's a smoking logo.
Yep, we got the new name change, new logo. So make sure you guys are following them on Instagram.
Formerly Back to Back Comics.
I was going to say, why did they change their name?
I'm
always interested in why stores do stuff like this.
There was a kind of a
Dustin, you're missing out on Myrtle. You better get on it.
Some of the partners went this, and
that happens.
So the name needed to change.
Well, if you're like Josh, you just tell everybody to pee off, and you're keeping the name 20 years later.
That happens too.
No, I'm just all right, guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight on Friday night. We will be back on Saturday night this coming week. So make sure you guys are checking the community tab for the top 10 poll. If we do a top 10, keeping an eye out on all the content coming out this week. Go subscribe to the other two channels we have going on, and
including
subscribe to the Haven Comics channel just so that we can get off of that 143 number.
Absolutely. I think you're off of it by now.
Oh, no, Alan. That was supposed to go up when Jeremy and Justin were hanging a bunch of art. That was supposed to be put up. So if it hasn't been prominently displayed yet, we'll have to work on that.
All right, guys. You have a good night. We do appreciate you.